Well, you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000-watt voice of the numbers guys in the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? We decided on, what was it? Numbskulls. I think we can call you guys. Hopefully that's okay with you.
Okay.
Pretty okay.
It's PC.
Yeah, not too bad. The Numbskulls. Anyway, hey, I am JT. We are the Numbers Guys. And this show, Numbskulls, it's BS. That's beer and sports. Rich, do you remember that? Do you remember that this week?
Bookers and sports.
Bookers and sports. They can't see that at home, but we do have a little something for libation here tonight. That's going to be
And beer.
pretty exciting.
We got everything.
Yeah, we got everything. Hey, if you're joining us live on YouTube, man, is it good to be with you? How are you today? Hopefully you're doing well. Feel free to chime in the chat, hop in there, say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're seeing us on a replay on YouTube, thanks for checking us out. We really appreciate it.
Are those available online for on-demand
On demand,
play?
24 hours a day, buddy. Yeah.
I don't think everybody knows that out there.
No? Oh, yeah. Check us out. 24 hours a day, YouTube, at The Numbers Guys. Or I'm sorry, at Numbers Guys. I should probably know this. At Numbers Guys. Either way, though, a thumbs up. That would really help us out. And if you aren't subscribed, and 20-some-odd% of the people that are watching us are not subscribed, if you can imagine that. What a shame. Look at all this that they're missing out on for not being subscribed. So if you could subscribe, we'd appreciate it. We're at 88. We're trying to get to 100. It'd be really cool if we get there before the first of the year. It's going to be hard, but we're certainly going to try. So another way, instead, if you don't want to chime in the chat, if you'd rather text, maybe you're watching us on your TV, we have a solution for that. You can actually text us. You can text us at TNG Live, as in the Numbers Guys, Live, 007, James Bond. So TNG Live 007, that translates to 864-548-3007. I can't read it. My eyes are not good. I don't have my glasses on either. So with me for the entire hour, that's 60 full minutes. To my right, you're left at home. The one and only, the legend, Dale Dubb. No, that's you, buddy.
Oh, JT, happy to be here. I hope that Tones is doing all right.
Yeah, you know, I think he's back out of the hospital again.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it was nothing.
Colon related?
It was colon. Yeah, it's always his colon.
Wrecked him, dang near killed him.
Damn near killed him. That's right.
It's the number one killer.
Wrecked him?
Males age 40 through 50.
Did not know that.
Don't flag me on that.
I'm not going to throw the flag. But well, thanks for being here, Dale. Really appreciate
Happy
it,
to
buddy.
be here. Thanks for the invite. I really look forward to it all day. Thank you.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Next to you, you may know him. You've known him for a few years anyway. We have the rhyme animal himself. Wearing Adidas tonight, my friend? Yes, you are. There it is.
Wow.
D-Dub.
They keep sending it to me, so I got to keep wearing it.
Okay.
It's one of the few perks of this show.
There ain't many, buddy. There ain't many.
So it's good to be back. It's been about a fortnight or two.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't sat here and chit-chatted for a while. Me and you, anyway.
Four
Jarrell
score
was in
and-
your place last week.
Oh.
Did a fantastic job. Or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. I was out last week. That's right.
I noticed somebody stretched out my ear
That's
set here.
That might have been
So-
Jarrell. I think your head's actually bigger than Jarrell's.
Oh,
Hey,
Not saying you have a big head, but
Jeez.
yeah.
Is that
Coming out
metaphor,
swinging.
or-
No, I'm just saying. Next to you, somebody that you guys at home probably know. That's going to be to Daryl and Dale's right. My boy Richie. Richie,
been a minute,
what's shaking?
fellas.
It's been a long time.
Great to see all of you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, everything going well?
It's going wonderful.
Wow.
December, it's not that cold out. You can't complain too much.
All right.
It's the Midwest, you know. We're only 3 months away from spring.
Very true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
You're also about 3 months away from Big Ten tournament in basketball, I do believe. So get your tickets now.
Get them now. Get them while
March
they're hot.
Madness.
Jump on board. It starts March 13th. It's going to be a good one.
Is it in Indianapolis this year?
Minneapolis.
We should go see
One of the Atlas brothers.
Oh,
Oh, was it Minneapolis?
The other Atlas.
that's different.
It's not in Chicago? Or are we talking? When are we talking? Final Four or Big Ten?
Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Tourney.
We go see the 12-13 seed this year in the opening round game, Michigan State, Dale.
Nice. Let's do it. Remember when we went to the Wait, the Palace isn't there anymore, is it?
Palace is gone, my friend.
It's too bad.
It is.
Folks at home,
You still there, Jimmy?
I am. You know, I'm
thought
just,
we lost you.
For some reason, I don't get graphics tonight. I don't know what's going on with them. I'm trying to diagnose that problem. We had them earlier before we started. Now we don't have graphics. So I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Do you want us to talk amongst ourselves?
No.
Do a diagnostic check.
Hey, we have redundancy built into the show here, so I have a secondary method. We can get some sort of graphics into the show. Yeah. So it's going to be a good show tonight, I'm sure, with or without graphics.
We still have theme songs?
Oh yeah, we got theme songs. We got intros. We got theme songs. We got all that shit. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about some current events. We usually don't necessarily do that on the show. But I have a little. There's been a couple things that have happened since last time we've been with you guys, and I thought maybe we should chat about that a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Of course, we're going to do trivia. We got to do that every week. We're going to determine who's going to be buying the beer next week. We're going to check out our standings as a group for the big game that we play, where we have top picks every week, and we keep track of those. So we're going to take a look at those. There's been some shuffling, I think, going around, going on in that. We're going to go through every NFL game. No buys this week either. Every NFL game in something like 30 minutes. Probably going to be a little over 30 minutes. So make sure
That's 16 games, Jimmy.
that's a full 16 game slate this week, my friend.
Well, you got to have all the games because it's playoff time. You can't be playing fancy playoffs with bye weeks.
Right. Very true.
You also can't have the championship game in the final week
Exactly.
when everybody's being sat,
Yes.
It's frustrating sometimes.
That is frustrating. I agree with you.
Best part about the 17-game schedule is we now play 14 games in fantasy.
Good thing about that is I never make it to the championship game anyway.
So you don't have to worry about it. Right. Also, we're going to give out our top picks. We do that every week, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Just a quick show note, too, that next week, that's going to be 12/21. That show, that's going to be Thursday. That's going to be the normal Numbers Guys show, the normal top quality that you've come to expect from us. So that's going to be 12/21. That's next Thursday.
Regularly scheduled programming?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Regularly scheduled. The week following that, that Thursday, that's the 20. Wait, I think I would have wrote that
28th?
down. 28th, I believe it is. Yeah, 28th. That's going to be. We'll drop it on Thursday, but it's going to be pre-recorded. So we're going to have a couple of. I think we're going to have a couple of special guests coming in. We're going to record that ahead of time, and then we'll be back after the first of the year.
It's going to be a Christmas special.
It is in a way. Might have Rudolph on here. I don't know. Maybe get Santa to stop by.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see what we can. We have connections. We
What
do.
shade of Adidas wear will Daryl have on that episode?
I'll tell you, I think he wore that one maybe like a week early because that is kind of a Christmas
Yeah. Well, we're getting into the season.
color. I like it. I mean, it's a nice color. I'm not insulting you. Don't look sad about it.
I'm just
Yeah,
thinking.
it looks good on you.
I think it looks good. That's a nice color.
Brings out your eyes.
You don't have Christmas in your heart yet, Jimmy?
You know, I do. It's just it's come up so fast this year. You know, it seems like it was just
faster every year.
Halloween.
That's well
I
put.
know. Yeah,
It is a little grinchy, though. Perfect for Daryl.
yeah.
I went up to
Bah humbug.
Christmas Wonderland, Frankenmuth,
The Broners.
last weekend instead of watching the Lions.
Instead of
I
watching,
think
the
I made
Lions.
the right call.
Yeah, you did.
Really? I was up there Saturday. Just
Well,
missed you.
You know, 2 weeks ago I got so dang frustrated watching them play the. Who'd they play
Saints?
that? Yeah. No. The next week,
The week before it was the Packers
the Packers.
on
No,
Thanksgiving.
no, it was the Saints. They ended up winning that game, but the way that they played the second
Yeah.
half and the end of the second quarter was just reminded you of old times.
Old times, baby.
I turned it off, and that was the first time that's happened in the last.
Dale's been waiting 12 weeks for this to happen.
I knew it was coming.
It's going to be hard to bet against them to win that division, though.
I don't know how Minnesota doesn't win the division.
With a loss tomorrow, they will.
I think
We'll get into that later.
They're going to bring in, who are they going to rope in to play quarterback, you think?
I think they're bringing in
Mullins.
Mullins. There
Oh.
you go.
Yeah.
That's
The
different.
white boy.
Not,
boy taking-
not to be confused with mullets.
Oh, the Pasternaut was so hot for a while there. I really had a lot of confidence in Dobbs. Who? The Pasternaut? You've never heard that?
Pasternaut.
Yeah. The Pasternaut?
I don't get it.
What is that?
Did I
don't-
just make that up,
I
possibly?
don't even know what that word means.
No, he was like
See, Pilar Pastrami?
Josh Dobbs. He was he was an astronaut.
He's a pastor and an astronaut?
A pastronaut.
Wow.
A pastronaut.
That's
You
pretty
didn't
good. I never heard of it.
That's an OG original.
know? I think I read that somewhere. I'm not going to take credit for that.
Well, maybe that was on the list of new words added to the dictionary this year.
Thanks to Josh Dobbs.
Yeah.
That's
That
pretty
list
good.
is coming out soon.
You guys have anything for the Chargers Raiders? That's going off at 8:20 tonight. Any top picks?
I do.
in that regard?
Remember what I have, though.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything that they remember?
I just threw 25 on the Chargers. No. It's Raiders. It's Raiders Chargers tonight, right? So,
Yes, sir.
got me talking Minnesota for a second.
The Chargers are at the Raiders.
Yeah, battle of backups. Anybody named Easton doesn't get my vote, so we're gonna go Raiders.
You know it's white and sticky, don't you?
Yeah, I know a lot of things are white and sticky.
Easton stick.
Saltine crackers.
Also, I don't know.
Do those stick?
You know, all I can say about
stick.
this game tonight
Eating
is
sticky.
that you got two teams with no chance of the playoffs, with no starting quarterback, with no coaches that'll be there next year.
What do you do?
What do you do? I think Daryl has the answer to that.
I bet the under.
Ooh, no, wait. I think Rich has the answer to that.
I say I think the Raiders coach is playing for a little more than I think the San Diego coach knows he's done. So it's at home. It's the Raiders at home. They get 3 anyway, so it's like 3 points.
I like the under because something Brent Musburger taught me
Yeah,
many moons ago.
What's that?
On the over under, if the under's low, you bet the under. If the over under's high, you bet the over. This one was started out at 34. I made a play for that, and now it's up to like 35 and a half. So I went the wrong way on Monday.
Pat Steelers last week.
But I still think I don't know why it's shot up like 2 points, but I still think it's based on what the Raiders have done the last couple weeks, based on the fact that we have another quarterback starting for the Chargers. I tend to think it's going to be under. Also, just to contrast that a little bit and not make any sense at all, I'm taking Easton Stick to go over 16 and a half yards rushing.
Okay. So that,
Oh,
that
you
is
had
one
me
of your top
excited. You
picks.
said rushing. I thought for sure the passing would have been a good bet.
Yeah, that one's Jimmy. I think Jimmy's got something on that.
I do. It didn't make the top pick list,
Didn't
though.
make your cut.
No, didn't make the cut.
But I think he can rush 16 and a half yards in his sleep.
He was fleet of foot in college, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
North Dakota
State.
State.
Yeah. And I've seen him play. I watched him a lot in the preseason this year. He's, I think, a viable quarterback.
North Dakota State, not to be
Yeah.
confused with South Dakota State.
Is that the Jackrabbits?
Jackrabbit Slims. They're going for the Division II, subdivision championship.
Is that the championship game?
Semifinals.
Semifinals, yep.
Gotcha.
They beat my Wildcats last weekend. I saw that. It wasn't B-dubs.
I had flashbacks on Stick. What I kind of remember him from North Dakota State. But what was I going to say about that? It's I forget what I was going to say. I had a really poignant point to make here,
Poignant point.
but I couldn't. It's been 5 years since he's been drafted. 2019,
Okay.
4 or 5 years. Well, I can't. Math's not one of my strong suits.
Not your thing, yeah.
But this is a guy that's been holding the clipboard there in San Diego. Hasn't moved teams. Just hasn't played. They drafted Herbert,
Yeah.
and he's stayed on the sidelines. To me, that's kind of the old school way of grooming your next backup quarterback.
your next backup quarterback?
Well,
You're saying because Herbert's so young that
yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Instead of just bringing in your run of the mill everyday backup quarterback every year and having a new one, they're kind of grooming to have a guy that's just going to sit on the sidelines for God knows how many years.
I gotcha. Okay.
I don't know. I think I lost my
I think you did, but we got the general gist of what you were trying to say there. Your boy Tones, my boy Tones, all of our boy Tones, he actually has Chargers money line as one of his top picks, plus 140, and he has tonight.
Wow.
This will happen before we get to the pick, so we'll give this one out too. He's got the Detroit Red Wings money line, and over 5.5 total goals in that game tonight. That's at plus 300. So
right.
those are two of his top picks.
You know, I think that there is a. I'm not one for this, but I think a lot of your viewers are. I think a lot of the what'd you call them again?
Numbskulls.
Numbskulls.
I think a lot of the numbskulls would like to know if I was going to make a play, a prop bet of who's the hot running back there in the Chargers.
Eckler.
Over 12.5 Russia attempts.
That's probably a good. Yeah.
Isn't that gold? I mean, does it shock you that it's 12.5?
It doesn't, because they actually they throw to him like as a they throw a pass to him, but it's actually just another run. So he collects like 10 receptions a game, but half of them are runs because they're just parallel with the line of scrimmage or a yard out or something.
I can understand that, but I do know that last time they played the Raiders earlier in the year, they ran the ball 40 times.
wow.
They ran the ball 40
don't-
times. So
I don't
how can you
hate
say
it
12.5?
Wow.
You don't want Easton
There
Stick,
you go.
Austin Stick, or whatever his name is, throwing the ball. So
I hope he throws it. I got him for over 185 passing yards, which seemed pretty low. I think he's going to
he
get
only needs
two.
to complete like 5 passes for that.
Right, that's right. But what's his face is out. Keenan Allen.
But 3 points wins
not gonna
against
help
the
us.
Raiders.
That's true. You don't need a lot of offense to beat the Raiders. At least not last week you didn't. That's for sure. All
Who's
right.
their number one receiver now?
Quentin Johnson,
Antonio Gates.
Eckler, probably.
Might be Eckler.
Charlie Joyner.
You know what we got to do, guys? We got a lot of booze and beer sitting in front of us right now. We should maybe get into a little libation exploration. You guys want to give that a shot?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for
nice stuff.
our face holes to try. It's libation
No, but it's in the
exploration
freezer.
with the
Don't know if it's any good or not.
And we are back in Studio 8B. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight, our libation. We're going to start with the beer?
Sure.
All right, we're going to start with the beer. This one, our boy Dale Dubb brought in today. He brought this in. This is by Stone Brewing, and it's called FML, which is Fear Movie Lions. It's a hazy double IPA. And let's see what it says here. Ooh, alcohol
Whoa.
by volume, 8.5%, 60 IBUs, FML. It's a blend of West Coast and East Coast styles. I'm looking forward to this.
It's no longer a rap battle. There's not a East Coast West Coast war going on.
It's now a beer battle.
Beer battle.
Jim, go back to what does it say? 19.2 on the top there. Like if you go to is that if you drink the full can or what's going on there? Top right there. Oh, that's just that's the ounce size. I gotcha.
Yeah, and these are in. Let's see if. Yeah, these are tall boys.
These are pints. These are pints.
Yeah, 16 fluid ounces. Where's the 19? Oh, 19.2 ounces. That is weird.
You got to be able 19.2 years old to drink these suckers.
In Canada, I think you do. So I'm excited to try this one. Let me crack this.
I've been looking forward to bringing this one in. I've never had it. I've looked at it 100 times, and I was like, this is a great opportunity.
I do typically like Stone IPA.
Is that a fact?
Oh yeah.
Stone makes a lot of good bourbon barrel
Really?
beers as well. Yeah. It's
Product of Richmond, Virginia?
Let's get.
is it? I'm not sure.
Believe so. I
See everybody,
read that somewhere.
folks at home, what this looks like. So yeah, it kind of looks like a West Coast IPA, doesn't it? A little hazy.
It's not too bad for the cone.
Oh, that looks. That's like commercial pour right there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. In a plastic cup, no
Perfect amount
less.
of head.
Yeah, perfect amount of head. All right, let's see what this tastes like. Oh, it smells good. It smells citrusy.
I don't get that. I don't get the citrus notes.
You don't?
And you guys
My-
want a cup?
My palate's not that sophisticated.
It's tropical punch and berry peach. That's what it says there.
You prefer to drink it out of the plastic over the can?
I just had these extra plastics left over from the Bloody Mary stuff. So
You just offered us a plastic?
You want a plastic?
No.
Oh, this is like something you might get at a concert.
No, thanks.
Yeah, there you go. Help yourselves. Yeah, you can put your
You want
wine
one?
in there too if you want. Put your
I'm
Boone's
offended.
Farm in
I'm
there.
offended by that.
These are nice plastic cups. These weren't cheap.
Yeah, this is like the 3 mil.
Yeah, this is the classic shit. This is the good stuff.
This is fantastic.
I'm not a huge IPA guy. I'm not Tones level, but
I'm gonna save one here for Tones.
I bet.
He'll drink it next week, I'm sure.
But I noticed over the last 5 months or so, I like the fruity IPAs. You know, add some, but I don't taste the citrus here.
You don't get that fruitiness. Is that tangerine? Did you say, Rich? You reading it?
Peach.
Peach.
Berry peach and tropical punch, I want.
Tropical punch.
Yeah.
Berry.
Yeah.
Peach.
I think it's very citrusy, actually.
3 items.
Exceptional.
I just taste IPA.
Yeah, I mean, the more these guys dram down our throats, I mean, I could start tasting it a little more. I think it's all right. Pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Best thing I've tasted out of Virginia. I go by states with my beers.
Oh, that's what you're. Okay. I'm just reading this further here. Okay, so the featured hops, it's Laurel and Mosaic hops. Fresh squeezed fruit juice, strawberry, excuse me, blueberry, grapes, and a hint of white sage.
Maybe you just got the
Rich,
heavy
was that what
sage
you were
one.
tasting? The white sage?
Oh,
Juicy and leading to a short, moderately bitter finish. That's the palate. I can agree with that. Opaque, murky gold with a fluffy white head. And the aroma is a medley of fresh fruit with juice. Yeah. Okay.
I think what it comes down to with IPAs is just if you're a bitter, if you enjoy the bitter palate or not. And that's, I mean, I think you and Dale enjoy that a little more than me, Dubs, and Tones. But this one's fine. I mean, this one rates just up with other IPAs that everybody's brought in, I think. I give it like a 2.5.
2.5.
2.5 is.
is that a
Pretty
3?
low. Yeah. Out of 275?
I'm not a big IPA guy, but I mean, I can drink it. I'm not going to buy it or anything. But
I like the alcohol content, but I'm going to echo Rich's sentiments. 2.2.
So what? Can you remind me again? What was the 4 called?
4 is you'll buy this without hesitation.
And what was the 3?
You won't kick it out of bed.
I'm going with the 4, JT.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because there is a 5.
There is a 5. There's a 5. That
you
is.
drive across town for that
You
shit.
drive across town for this shit.
I'm gonna just pump the brakes at 4.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 5s are pretty rare on the show, I think.
You've given out your share.
I'm the easiest to please, I think, out of any of the
think so.
people on the show. And I'm going to give this a 4.5. I mean, I'll tell you what, that is quality. It's tasty. It almost, you know what it has? It doesn't say grapefruit on here, but I'm getting like a grapefruit.
It says grapes.
Is that the same? Is that a grapefruit just a big grape? Is that what
I
that
mean,
really is?
Grapefruit and grapes. Gotta get grape juice out of grapefruit.
Okay.
Right? Grapefruit juice.
All right. I learned
I
something
mean, that's
today.
in the family. Obviously, it's not the same. Grape juice, grapefruit juice. You gonna tell me the difference?
I don't know. I did learn that a cucumber is a fruit.
Did you also know a cucumber is a pickle?
I did know that.
Wow.
Yes. I learned that early in life.
Jimmy, back when we used to work at that golf course, you know that golf course we used to work at
Yeah,
together
yeah.
many moons ago?
Sure.
Dale had a drink named after him over there.
You did.
Does it have grape juice in it?
Which golf
Why don't you tell us about that, Dale?
Oh, they had the Dale, but it was pretty powerful stuff.
I believe it had grapefruit juice in it.
No, there was both items were alcohol. The mixer was an alcohol, and the alcohol was an alcohol. But it was vodka and grape cooler.
Oh,
So
I was making that wrong.
the bartender would
Grape
put
cooler.
Grape cooler?
half vodka in the cup, then half grape cooler in the cup. I think it was called I think it was Purple Passion. Are you familiar with their work?
No.
It's fantastic. And
I
you
think
add-
the kids from Canada call it something different now.
well, I tell you what, kids from Canada would be hard pressed to keep up on that stuff because that was really something. But yeah, it's a good drink. Well, you know what? If I'm the next time I'm sitting in for Tones here, if the opportunity arises again, I'm going to bring that
I'm
in.
sure it will. Oh, yeah, you should.
I never seen Dale laugh so hard in my life. Yeah, like
All right. Wow.
eyes are
Did I
watering.
give this a? Yeah, we gave this a rating. I did. All right, Rich.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Richie. You brought in something.
Of all the funny things I
share
say,
with
that's the
with
one that gets
class.
Dale going. Oh, my.
What do you got?
Well, fellas, my favorite.
Holy shit! You got to break the glass on the front of
Yeah.
that. What
we
is-
got to show what's going on.
What is
here.
that all about?
In case of emergency,
Yeah,
break glass.
you got to break the glass. Here, let me put it up there, Rich. You can.
There it is. Yep. You got to break the glass. Fancy.
Wow.
So this is this year's Booker's batch. You almost hate to take it out, but hey, it's meant to be shared among friends, right? So that's what we're gonna do.
You have somebody coming to share it with you?
Ow. I guess nothing for you. So this is they do 4 or 5 batches a year. This is the 2301. So this is the first edition. And then in the little thing here, we got the notes and the story. And I'm too old now to read it, but I can tell you it runs at 63.3 alcohol by volume. Daryl, what's that? You know what that means by?
26.6 proof.
Woo.
That's correct.
Wow.
This has been aged 7 years.
Wait a minute. Is that right?
7 years, 1 month, and 8 days coming your way, fellas.
Holy cow.
So Booker's is Jim Beam's top end brand. I think we might have mentioned that a while ago, but what they're known for is usually the batches are smooth, even though they're heavy and proof. So we're gonna find out this year if that's the case. Once again,
It's still a little warm up here, Jimmy, because my ice is all melted.
Yeah, I know.
can you pass on
I know.
guys' glasses here, and we'll get
Oh
it
yeah,
filled up.
certainly.
All right.
Do you want me to pull it up online, Rich? Or
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
mind pulling up, it's a little like it has a cool story. The son talks about his dad, and then it talks about the flavor notes. So each one has kind of got its own unique
Thank you.
flavor. Is there one more?
and this
Jimmy?
is the thanks. This is the storyteller's batch, right?
Sure.
Yes.
If it's 0301, it is.
This is oh shit. Here, I'll put it over there. Let's see. Thanks, pal. Oh, let me go look at this here.
Where did you get this, Rich?
I don't know. You know, at work we always do a little gift exchange between the partners, and this was out.
The partners and the peons?
Yeah, you know, you need a couple write-offs here and there. So
What?
on Commerce, Michigan, this was picked up.
So this has nothing to do with the Booker, that wrestler that
No.
spins on his head?
Nope.
No, okay.
Don't think so. This is.
Slapjack supper.
Did you get the batch story, Jim?
Put it up there. There you go. Is this
you
is it
read
right
that?
here? The fourth release of Booker's Bourbon 2023 collection is Booker's Batch
No,
2023.
this is that's the 04. So you're looking for 2023-01.
Oh, I need a fucking barcode here. Okay, hold on.
Original.
Current batch. No, that's not gonna be right. Next batch. This is 03.
Oh, yep,
Okay,
keep
here we
going
go.
down. There you go.
Here we go. Charlie's batch.
Charlie's batch. There you go.
Wasn't he a Charlie Batch? Wasn't he a?
Charlie Ball.
He's a famous clipboard holder.
Yeah. Speaking of clipboards,
Backwards hat. And a
Eastern
clipboard.
Michigan.
Looks like Charlie worked there. He's a longtime family friend and an employee of his dad, Booker No. He's the guy that started Booker's and big storyteller. It says.
can you read that from where you're sitting?
Yeah, I can see it. I'm just trying to pick the highlights out. So, let's see. The nose is balanced without too much wood, which is always good, right? It hints of oak, toasted nuts, and vanilla. So,
Sounds like all kinds of
sounds
things
like a
you
winner.
enjoy in there.
Yep. It's named after Charlie. So, cheers to Charlie.
Cheers to Charlie. Here's to Charlie.
Charlie.
All right. Well, cheers, guys. Richie, thank you for bringing it in. Dale, thanks for bringing in the beer. That's exceptional beer too. I'm gonna
This is a
get
fantastic
some of
day.
that on the way home. It's been
Another
a good
beer
day
that
so
Jimmy
far.
enjoys.
Wow. I
It's
mean,
not hard.
that's that first taste. What do you guys think? I mean, for that high of alcohol volume, I mean,
Good point.
What
I
did we
think
say?
it's
What did we
pretty
say the proof
smooth.
was?
126.
Holy cow!
I mean, you're getting close to like that rum 151 that sets on fire at this point, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. Don't play games.
As you guys know, I'm not much of a bourbon aficionado, but I basically, from what I glean, the more proof is actually considered a finer bourbon. Is there any truth to that?
I think so. I think. Well, I mean, yeah, no, but if it doesn't taste good, it's who cares how much proof you have. But like I said, I think really their backstory is it's a good tasting, smooth.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be smooth. It's not, and it's high in alcohol. I think all those qualities have to be there for it to be a really high end, good tasting bourbon.
Boy, this is fantastic. This is unbelievably smooth. This is comfortably
Yeah.
numb.
Tell you what,
Yeah, that's why it's one of my favorite. I love to try the new, and the batches. I wouldn't. There's are some that are better than others, but like this is right up there with the 4 or 5 I've had. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy it.
Very good.
So, yeah.
Very good.
I'm giving this a 5.
Wow.
I don't think I've given a bourbon a 5 yet. I can't believe. I mean, I could drink this in the morning before I,
Just finishing breakfast.
yeah, have a little breakfast, maybe have
After cereal
eggs.
bourbon.
I can't get over how
It's crazy how smooth it is.
and it
Really-
hasn't been sitting on ice. We just poured it.
poured it. So yeah, like a little more, I don't know, like the big block of ice or whatever. Oh man, then you're really in trouble. I think.
That's good.
Yeah, I agree. This is probably the highest rating I would ever give a bourbon, as far as I can tell. I would probably go at least 4.5. I don't know what could beat it, but this might be the best.
I'll say 4. I'll leave a little room for improvement because without lining them up here,
Sure.
I don't know if I could distinguish the two, but it's pretty good, pretty smooth, and I was telling Jimmy, I wouldn't say I come along to enjoy bourbon per se, to the point where I'm ordering it out, but I actually do like it paired with the beer, switching in and out. So that's where I'd probably go with that.
Yeah, your palate's come a long way, Daryl. I mean, you got bringing in the eagle, or what do you got, the horsey one over there? That's a solid one.
Wild turkey.
You got the wild turkey now. I mean, you're a complete 180. I congratulate you, fine sir.
So what would something like this cost us in the store?
These run about 120. So
To get 4 bottles of the wild turkey free.
I'll say 4.8 because I want to leave a little room for Pappies before we hit our 1,000th subscriber. I think we should.
Is that what it is? 1,000 subs?
I think we should go in on some Pappies.
Okay.
See if we can find it.
You guys get to 1,000, I'll bring a bottle of Pappy's.
Oh wow!
Wow. Wow.
What year?
Well, gentlemen, while we're enjoying this
Yes.
is a really good. Tones is missing out tonight. Man, he really screwed up. He's at his son's
Christening?
Christmas concert. I think it is. So I get it. He said he could have tried to make it. I said, nah, we'd rather have Dale anyway. So there's just a couple things I wanted to talk about since we haven't really been together all in a couple weeks.
A blue moon.
It's been a blue moon. FSU not getting into the playoffs. Playoffs? What's going on with that? How do you feel, Rich? Now you predicted the playoffs correctly.
Yes.
That night, last time we were together when Jarrell was here, which is impressive that you did that.
Yeah, and also in a separate text, I think Daryl was in, and I thought was it Sunday morning they do it? I picked the same 4. I think they got the right 4 by how good the teams are right now, but I don't know if I 100% agree. If I was a Florida State fan, or if that was Michigan State, I mean, I'd be just, or for Dale, if it was Michigan, I mean, how do you cope with that? I mean, that's just that's rough. I mean, I'm glad they're going to 12 next year, but it sucks if you're Florida State. But I don't think they were one of the top 4 teams that just because the quarterback was missing. But I mean, it's tough to leave a team out like that. But I think they have the right top 4 teams left.
An
And I think
undefeated
it's,
team.
and I also think it's the best 4 of all time for any playoff. I don't have them all memorized, but at least off the top of my head in the last couple of years, I think it's as strong as a 4 as you had in a long time. And just think of the teams that are just missing: Georgia, Florida State. I mean, you could argue 6, Ohio State 7. You could argue 7 teams were worthy at the end of the day, and I don't know if there would have been a stronger 7 than what was left at the end of the year. So I don't know. You're never going to win, and not everybody's going to obviously be happy. But I don't know. I thought that was the right 4.
How about if Georgia had won? Who would be the 4th team then?
Texas,
Yeah, Florida State would be still out.
Still out, I guess, right?
for sure.
So
Yeah, And it's just because of the quarterback, and that's
ridiculous.
that's
isn't it?
kind of
Yeah, I
that's
think
sad.
that's
But I mean, the guy had to go out there and kind of tear up Louisville, I think, to get him in, and I guess that was their I didn't even know that was their third stringer. I guess the second guy was hurt. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how good that guy is. So
I think the third stringer's got more potential, but based on his recruiting ranks, but he's a true freshman. The other fella has been around for a couple years, so I think that's kind of what that was based upon. But
I saw an interesting just to jump in one more quickly, Daryl. I saw an interesting stat where JJ McCarthy, they showed the last 5 games versus and there's a point there to be had if you're Florida State, because he hasn't had to be impressive because
Right.
they just dominate the run game. And he's just had to manage the last 5 games. It's no knock on Michigan; they're probably the top team coming in the tournament. But I'm just saying, you can win without you could still win without like a quarterback playing at an elite level if your defense is up to. I just don't know how good Florida State's defense is. Personally,
this whole argument is something that seems to come up every 5 or 10 years in the NCAA basketball tournament, where somebody gets hurt and then ultimately there's the seeding of that team drops down.
like Kenyon Martin is a famous.
Kenyon Martin, I mean, I've had this argument with people, and I totally agree with them not being a 1 seed. When you're
Right.
a smaller school, Cincinnati's he is a basketball school, but it's not one of the blue bloods, right? So they got one player that makes such an impact on the team, and he's out for the remainder of the season.
Right.
I
They
don't
probably
care.
weren't
if-
even a 2 seed that year. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
honestly.
how would you put them at 1, knowing that there's a good chance that they're going to get bounced? It's a little trickier though when there's only 4 teams that are making the playoff, and I do feel it for Florida State. But I think ultimately the people that were deciding thought that they could do whatever they wanted because they knew next year it's a 12-team thing. And so they can just say, well, don't worry about it. Next year, all these problems will be rectified. But you know what?
It doesn't ever take
It's
the pain
not.
away.
It's not. It'll be next year. It'll be a 2-loss team that'll be saying, hey, how did you leave us out of the whole thing?
Sure.
So I don't know. That's just my take on it.
I think you guys are right on the money. I think they got the best 4 teams playing right now, but that's still not fair to FSU.
Right.
I mean, it could have been us. Could have been Michigan or Michigan. It could have been a Big Ten champion saying, ran the table. I mean, look at this year. Michigan could have had no quarterback, and they could have just threw in a running back in the back there, and they could have still won. What are you going to say? You don't have a quarterback. It's kind of ridiculous. Florida State's everything, but you know what? Welcome to the Big Ten, Florida State. Come on in. The water's fine.
Right.
It would have been really interesting if
They did beat LSU, though. I mean, it's not like they played a non-terrible schedule. I mean,
Yeah, they're fine. They were good. I really think that they should be there, but I get it. But my
agree.
pick, even at this moment right now, I think Florida State should be the 4th team in there. But hey, there's too much human element involved with these picks.
I think also a team with a good defense like that, it's just not a sexy enough thing. You know, if you have an offense that you rely on, it's a different story. But when it's your defense, which is what Florida State really is right now, it just it doesn't carry as much water for whatever reason, you know. But to me, some of those great teams back in the day were always the ones with the strongest defenses. So I don't think even if Florida State had made the playoff, I think, you know, if you're a Michigan fan, you're probably thinking, oh, we could have been playing Florida State
for
and
sure.
not Alabama. But you know what? That's a good defense, and so
how good's that defense, though, you think? I mean, when they beat LSU, wasn't it like 41-38 type thing or something like that?
if you go comparatively to SEC schools and look at how many points they're giving up, to me it looked like Florida State was the better defense. But
Yeah, but they play in the ACC.
I get it. I
As
get
good as
it.
Iowa's vaulted defense.
Right. What I think I hesitate to put Michigan at number 1 because I look at the schedule, you know, we know the Big Ten, and this is not a good Big Ten in my opinion. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, they could have been left off as easy as Florida State.
So what if McCarthy gets hurt in the Ohio State game? They go to the Big Ten championship. They probably beat Iowa with whoever, pencil in your quarterback.
Well, if they got a kicker, they'll win.
Do you think they would be in the same situation as Florida State? I think I don't know. I think it was easier for the committee to leave Florida State out of this thing. I don't know.
Yeah. And something else happened too. I don't know if you guys saw this, but did you guys happen to watch the Chiefs and the Bills game?
I don't. I'll say I did. This is a non-story.
You didn't notice anything?
This is a non-story. First of all, when I saw the play live, I thought it was awesome. I mean,
I thought it was a great play. So did I.
I love that play. I love when I see it. And Kelsey just, I don't know how many players can even, he was looking for him like before, by 5-10 yards before he threw it. Just a tremendous play, but the Chiefs had no leg to stand on here. This is a no break. The guy was like a yard offside. And then, by the way, the Chiefs got some nice calls in the Super Bowl last year. So stop your whining. That's all I got to say about it.
Boom. I'm with you, Rich.
Don't line up outside. First of all, Tony's a knucklehead anyways. That guy is like, they'd be in the first seed and would have beat the Lions if he could have caught one of 6 balls on week 1.
I can't believe that Mahomes. I like Mahomes. He was, he's one of my favorite NFL stars. I can't believe the approach that he took after the game. I mean, obviously he didn't see that he was legitimately offsides by a mile.
Think, Jim, that's more frustration. Like his receiver's been dropping balls all year. I think he just took it out in the refs. I think in hindsight he knows he was wrong, but it was just in the moment. Big game in the moment. He lost it. Whatever. I would be the same way.
Dan Orlovsky made a point this morning, and I didn't fact check him on this, but he claims that there's
Is that what you do in your off time?
four different plays where Tony lined up in the exact same position.
I heard
which
that
is
as well.
Offsides, and they didn't call it. So if it's just a matter of somebody bringing it to the ref's attention at that particular moment to call it, to keep an eye
That's
on
good
this.
coaching.
Yeah, then they did it perfectly because for the right time, that's when you pull that card out.
Well,
I
the Chiefs,
guess.
they had that guy offsides against the Lions the whole game that the NFL came out and said they were wrong. So they have a history of doing this. And you know what? If you go through a traffic light 3 times, don't get caught, doesn't mean the 4th time you don't get a ticket.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Who said that originally?
Rich Moffitt.
That's where I heard that before.
Profound stuff.
That's pretty deep. Pretty deep stuff.
Speaking of going through stop signs.
Yes, sir. What, Rich Moffitt?
I just don't think that. I just don't think that the Chiefs. Let them. I don't care if they waste Mahomes' last 2 or 3 years of being effective with no receivers. I could care less. Coach Reed they should be smart enough to get him some targets, some guys out there that can catch the ball.
Absolutely.
And
Kelsey's the only legitimate target out there.
If they can't, then too bad. You know what? Keep on dogging Tony and what's the other Sky Vodka, that guy.
Their best player is the 5th-round guy from, was it Rice? I don't even know where he's from.
Yeah, Rashid Rice or something like that.
He's by far their best receiver. Like those other guys are trash.
And he's got Kelsey, who's looking to pitch the ball every time he gets the ball. It worked for once, but he's got, I don't know. It's easy, right? Because I always wondered for all those years how everybody could always be hating the Patriots when they were winning. But now I see it with these Chiefs. It's like they keep winning their division, and when they start getting beat up a little bit and then they start acting out about it, it's even a little more sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have a chance this year with that receiving. I'd say the 2nd or 3rd best receiver is about the backup tight end. I don't know who that guy is. He catches touchdowns all the time, though.
All tight ends, baby.
All tight ends.
Can't you just pull a wide receiver off the heap?
Right. Better than Sky Moore? Sure.
Yeah.
I think T.O. is probably doing sit-ups somewhere in the driveway.
Yeah.
You bring it back to him and
Brown.
Ocho back, team up. I'm sure House Mizuta is not doing much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm attempting to fix our graphics here while you guys are chit-chatting, so just bear with me 1 second.
Sounds like Hushimazada. They were just talking about
His son plays or something.
He was
right?
doing some bad. He was like drinking all during the games and before the games.
Oh,
and
really?
I think that there's a lot of rumor. There was a lot of stories going around about that character. I think his name gave him a lot of legend.
Wasn't it
Everybody
crazy
likes to
that
say
they
his name.
both played in college together? And
Yeah.
got
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
nuts.
give me another instance of that, Rich, where 1 and 2 receivers on a team
I don't know,
both
but
played college
in
together.
NCAA 2003, that was my team, Oregon State, and I think wasn't Jonathan Smith the quarterback?
That is correct.
John L. Smith, the guy that
No, the guy that
kickers, the
the,
coaches are screwing it up.
He's still alive, by the way. I did. I do
fact
want
check
to.
that.
I do want to
Shout out.
errors and omissions.
He's
I want
still
to say that I screwed that up about 3 months ago when I said that he may have passed on.
Ooh, John
He's
L.
still with us, as far as we know.
There's the L. He always had a different. The L stands for live. He's
Lansing?
live.
John Lansing Smith.
John L. Smith. All right, we have graphics again. I
Oh.
was able to fix that.
What we
Yes,
got, Jim?
sir.
What's next?
What's next? What is next? You know what we got to do? We got to do a little trivia.
All right.
You guys want to do some trivia?
Wait a second. Do you want to talk about any other things that we missed the last 3 weeks?
I don't do. What would you like to talk
like
about?
presidential debate or something like
No,
that.
fuck that. We're not.
Republican?
We're not worried about that. I
Gaza
just
Strip.
thought I was just pissed at Pat Mahomes. That's all. Can't believe he did that. Bad example for our
He is.
youth.
Yeah,
And normally he's so spot on. I always think.
Reed ought to sit him down.
Yeah,
Is that one of your son's favorite
think they should-
players, Jimmy?
he likes. Yeah, he likes PM. He's
what
a
he
big
calls
PM
him?
guy. Big Justin Jefferson fan too.
That's too bad.
He's the
Yeah.
gritty guy, right? Gritty does the gritty. a lot.
That's I think why he likes him. Yeah,
I think that's Mahomes' brother. Does the gritty.
is that true, Rich?
I don't know.
Oh, Mahomes' brother. Yeah, he does do the gritty.
Who was that
He does
cat?
a lot of things.
Who was the cat that originated the gritty? That was Jefferson's teammate in college,
An LSU?
high school and college, I think. No. That would be a trivia question right there.
It would be. Unfortunately,
Speaking of
this one's not
trivia.
going to be that good. But let me see if I have it. I do have it.
But it
Here
has
we
an
go.
answer. It does have an
It
answer.
does have an answer, unlike
Let me
these
guess.
other
It should
questions.
involve the Chargers and Raiders today.
I don't know, Rich. You're gonna have to wait and see. Here we go.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
Everybody wants a sneak preview of the trivia before the trivia question is read. But here we go. Hopefully here we go. Hey, all right. Hey, so what was the only team to defeat the Oakland Raiders? This is before they became
Got to be the Chargers.
Los Angeles Raiders. That'd be something. In 1976. So in 1976, the Raiders only lost one game. Who was it that beat them? That is the question.
76.
76 was let's see.
Bicentennial?
Okay, Dale's got a good guess here.
Is it the bicentennial?
1776. It
there was
one
a
of the
special
centennials.
celebration.
Yeah, it had to be something.
Okay.
Had to be something. So
Does that play into the answer at all?
no. Well, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Wasn't thinking that much
Looking
about it.
for
but,
is this like a Da Vinci Code kind of a thing where there's some hints?
there might be a hint. I don't know.
I'm not gonna fall. I have a feeling.
spirit of
I'm not picking the
76.
Chargers, so I have a feeling I'm screwed.
That was a nice throw, and I totally botched it. Thanks, buddy. So the way this works at home,
It's got to be the Chargers, if I know Jimmy.
Making a play.
if
I'll buy the beer. I don't
if
care.
everybody gets it wrong, then I got to buy the beer. If nobody gets it wrong, then I got to buy the beer. If only one person gets it wrong, these rules are pretty elaborate. Then whoever gets it wrong has to buy the beer. And if more than one person gets it wrong, but not everybody, then it's a Rochambeau best out of three.
So there's a 40% chance that you got to buy beer.
I think I kind of get the shaft on this. So there's an art to writing these questions where I think that one person can get it right. That's what I'm trying to do.
Somebody's going to get the gold
And
mine.
normally, normally
Somebody's
I
going to
fail.
get the shaft.
That's right. That's right. All right, so we will give
Jerry
out the
Reed.
answer later on in the show.
Good Jerry Stiller.
What was the movie?
Eastbound and Down.
Snowman.
I want to talk a little bit about how our picks have performed. I think last time you were on the show, Dale, you were a 5-1 tool, if I recall. Or was that maybe 2 times ago?
That sounds about it every time.
Yeah, sounds about right. Here is what we've done year to date in the National Football League.
I thought you were going to say, I'd like to talk about reverse mortgages.
Was like Tom Selleck or something? Doesn't he sell
One of
that?
those old fellas at the.
Selleck?
Yeah, we don't endorse reverse mortgages
Okay.
on this show. For the group, for NFL, our top picks were down. We're up. I'm so used to saying down. We're up 10.95. So that's not too bad for the NFL for all of us. Individually, Richie's down a little bit. D-Dub down a little bit. Tone's up just a little bit. JT up a little bit.
Look at JT's number for crying out loud, people.
We're doing okay. It's been going down a little bit, though. I've had a bad 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
NCAA football. As a group, we're down 4.5. Richie up 4.5.
There you go.
D-Dub down a little over 4.5. Tones down just a little bit. And yours truly am down 4.05. I don't think I've had a NCAA football pick in 6 weeks. But that's okay.
Once I got behind you, you were done.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
There you go. Here's everything. Here's what we've done on the show. This includes hockey and badminton. We did all of it. Richie down.
MLS soccer.
Man, you close, Rich. You almost crossed over that threshold because you had a great week last week, by the
Look
way.
at that 30-day return on.
Yeah, 30 days
Roar.
of 23 some odd percent. Does that say that? No, 25%. Does it say 25?
23.
23. God, I really need
Rounding up.
better glasses. D-Dub, struggling a little
Yeah,
bit
but
here.
the last 30 days, Anthony's the worst.
Yeah, boy. Last 30 days, Anthony's sucking the hind breast.
48%.
Is that even possible?
Wait a minute.
I think your math is wrong there, Jimmy. I don't want to stick up for Tones here.
It looks
but
right to me.
You're using the-
12.44 on the 24. That's not good. Not good at all.
Yeah, it's a rolling 30 days, so it could be he caught some bad ones.
Some bad beats.
We'll audit this after the show, so don't take our word for Tones on this one. It does seem like an awful lot.
I think it's even worse
Yeah.
than what you have written there.
Jeez.
And look at it, isn't it? Shouldn't it be about 52%?
No, I think he's 112.4.
Yeah, he's 112.4. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I 100%
sorry.
didn't mean the.
You don't have to be sorry.
Question.
Hey, it's a spreadsheet that calculates. You don't have to. It's
I was
not
gonna say,
insulting to me.
it's not a hand calculation.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of spreadsheets, somebody was explaining to me the Control E function on Excel. You ever use that one, Jimmy?
Control-E? No.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but just something to look into for next week.
We'll give you a
Okay.
10-minute segment on it next week.
Yeah, Control-E. Interesting. All right, I'll give it a shot.
You think it's on the YouTube if you.
It involves
Gearbox.
basically involves artificial intelligence.
No kidding.
Look at that. It must be in the latest update.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll do that as soon as we're done with the show. You can bet on it.
Would you love to be a teacher these days and just get the same paper from every kid
You
in the
know,
class?
whenever ChatGPT writes,
Whenever
that's
Snapchat AI tells you the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, for crying out loud, it's gonna be pretty easy to figure that one out, isn't it?
I think so. They have to have that answer pre-written out, and then you just look down whoever doesn't have it gets an A.
Bingo.
because they actually did the work, you're saying.
My son was saying he intentionally spells words wrong now for that very reason.
Smart kid.
There you
Apple
go.
doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, except it's not intentional when T-Dub does it.
No, that's me.
Oh, Brinkos.
Right around page 7, he puts in there, if you're really reading this, put a star right here. And he never probably sees a star.
Never sees a star. You guys want to do the NFL today in 30
Let's
minutes
go.
or so? Should we do that today? Let's do that.
Let's skip the first game since Daryl talked about 25 minutes already.
I'm sorry.
I'm D-Dub. I am Tones.
I'm Richie. And in my neighborhood, we have a train that comes through.
And I'm JT. The whole NFL, and possibly the ghost of Andy Rooney,
Why are there patches on suit jackets?
in 30 minutes. You good?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm out.
Okay, so the NFL in 30 minutes. The way this works is we have every single NFL game. I have the lines for all of them. No Midwest lines this week. I've been a little jammed up. I didn't have a chance to get those done in time. So we're just going to have the lines as they are at the sportsbook as of last night. And we're going to talk about each game, give our initial impressions, see if there might be a play there. Maybe there is, maybe there's not. Each one, we only have 2 minutes collectively to talk about. Here we go. Let's go ahead and start with the very first game. We've got tonight, I know we did talk about this a little bit. We've got Chargers and Raiders. Raiders minus 163, Chargers plus 137 is the money line. Raiders laying 3 at home, 34.5 is your total. Let's start with our guest.
I don't have anything great to play here, I guess I would play the prop, or I would play a Chargers if I had to drop a 10 on it.
All right. D-Dub?
I believe last night. No, that's wrong. You could. I don't know. There's 2 backup quarterbacks playing. I think that's enough to not play either team. I went with the under based on basically what I'm saying there. Do with it what you will.
Richie?
Not a lot of movement here, Rich.
Not a lot of movement at all. The Bookers gave me movement, but not this. But Daryl, no hate your bet. I'm going to go Raiders, if anything. DraftKings was good to give me a bunch of free bets, and the casino's been good this week. So I threw a quarter on the Raiders just for fun, just because I can. Jimmy?
Yes, sir. I got no play here at all. Nothing doing there. All righty. How about, let's go ahead and do this. How about the Vikings at the Bengals? Now, this is going to be a good one. Vikings at the Bengals. This is Saturday at 1 o'clock, by the way. We have Saturday games this week. Saturday starting at 1. Bengals, money line, minus 166 at home. Vikings, plus 148. Bengals are laying 3, although we should probably look at that to see if that's moved since last night. And then 40.5
What's that new line?
The total. That's the line?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Last night I had FanDuel minus 2.5.
Yeah.
So that would have been a good teaser there for you.
I took it at 2.5 last night.
Yeah, that's the way to go. That's the way to go.
That's what she said.
Heyo.
I don't get that, but nevertheless.
That's because you don't live with a micro penis.
Oh, thank you.
According to that book you're reading.
I looked at the over on this one because I think that Bengals quarterback will air it out. There's basically, again, we got 2 backup quarterbacks in this scenario. I think both of these guys are going to play that more traditional air it out offense that their teams are accustomed to. Dobbs, it was a little different story. And then who's hurt on the Bengals?
Joe Burrow?
Burrow, I don't think he was healthy all season.
Not really.
Yeah.
So I actually think that the new fella might actually have a little more zip on his ball than
Browning?
Burrow did. Yeah.
Was a minute 10. Thanks for the time.
Not much left.
45 seconds.
Might be a
For 3 people.
sneak preview Ram at home for
Noted.
the folks
What?
on this game. So I'll have more to say on this game, and I'll shoot it over to Dale.
I see him airing it out to number 1 there, Chase. I mean, he showed it last week at that 30-yard shot, and then he just takes off running. So I guess I would go that route, maybe over.
Oh, maybe over. Okay. I would go Bengals here. I go Bengals here at 3. What's the worst that could happen there? It's a classic matchup of Mullins versus Browning.
Sure.
So it's going back. It's going to be one for the ages.
Both teams are 7-6 though. It's a big game.
It's actually a big game. It should be a good, fun game to watch too. I am looking forward to that one on Saturday at 1. We got the Stillers and the Colts. They're going to be out there at Lucas Oil Stadium. Colts minus 123. The Stillers are the dog on the road. Plus 103 is their money line. Minus 1.5 is your Colts. 42.5 is the total. Who'd like this one?
The Steelers are falling apart from the inside, but I still think they got a chance to pull this game out. So I'm not sold on playing this game either way. Unfortunately, I sure as heck don't like the total on it. This is a crapshoot.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the job that Mike Tomlin's done there in Pittsburgh, Dale?
I think he did a pretty darn good job for a long time.
But
I think it's time to broom him out.
Yeah. Is he going to have a winning record this year is the question.
Big Ben just got done ripping him apart last night.
Wow, Big Ben, give me a break. That guy's living in the past. He's probably hoping they still call him to come back.
Ooh.
Is this
Talk about a guy that can't let go. Like, come on.
Is this a must-win game for the Stillers?
I think it's a must-win game for both of them.
7-6.
I mean, whoever wins this game is going to have the inside track on the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I always say about must-win teams, Jimmy? They must not be very good.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow. That's a good one there.
It was either me or Dr. Bob
let me
that
write
said
that
that,
one.
but nevertheless,
Both teams are bad, is what you're saying. So
pretty much.
Put that on a bumper sticker.
If I had to pick this, though, I wouldn't.
Write that
so
down.
just write that down as well.
That's another one of my picks this weekend. I like Minshew Madness. I was a fan of him when I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs, but then when he became quarterback, I thought they'd have a chance, and here we are all these weeks later. I think he gets it done at home.
You were an early adopter of Minshew for
I think he's the best backup in the league. Better than Bridgewater.
He's pretty good.
best mustache, maybe, but
Yes, sweet stash. I'd probably go Colts here, but I'm not running out, not clamoring to go bet
Who's
that
better
one.
than Minshew?
That's for sure.
Dobbs.
You mean the pastor?
He's got multiple wins on
you
two
guys
different teams.
He's also getting pulled for the third stringer. Again.
How about this one? Are you ready for this?
Anybody replaced by John Toon?
How about the Brincos at the Lions? Oh, the Brincos at the Lions. Lions minus 212 down at Ford Field. The Broncos plus 175. The Lions are at home and they're laying 4 and 37.5. Who wants this?
I'm going to be there. I have a funny
Couldn't
feeling.
sell those tickets?
No, I want to go to this game. Saturday night? You kidding me? 8:15? Minnesota coming off their loss earlier. This could be this is almost NFC North clinching time. I don't know. I mean, everything. I think everybody. I'm gonna guess the market's probably on the Broncos in this game. I think the Lions pull it out. I'm not sure about the 4. I'm gonna lay off this one, but I have a sneaky feeling at home the Lions pull one out for old Dan Campbell here. Nothing tells you. There's nothing pointing towards the Lions in this game, but I'm gonna take them just because I don't think anybody's gonna pick them.
I think in the same vein, I think the only play might be the Broncos money line plus 175, but
Yeah, I like that.
I'm still not going to touch that. I think it could go either way. Any which way you want to slice it.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a good game.
What did I used to say on the Campbell soup can? Good.
Tasty.
Yes.
Sounds like Dan Campbell right there. Good. Doesn't lose 2 in a row. How do you lose?
Not sure what that means.
Take the money line.
Okay.
Which one?
Lions by 1.
Wow.
I like that one better, but I don't want to put 2.12 to a single dollar.
Just lay it down.
Lay it down.
Well, if you put plus 175 and the Brincos lose, you got nothing.
Staying away. Stay away.
That is a legitimate point there.
That is very insightful.
I mean, if you put
As always
$100
on the
down,
show.
do you like 150 or 0? That's what you're looking at.
175 or 0.
150 maybe, right?
Plus 175, right?
Oh no, that's if you take the Broncos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
the Brincos are plus
yeah.
175.
275 back.
So what would you get back on a $100 bet there, Jimmy? Betting the Lions.
150.
On the Lions, it's 1 to 2. What wasn't it? 200?
It was like minus 150, right?
Let's go back one here.
No, you'd only get.
Oh, it's minus 2. You're right. Well, you get 50, well, you get like 40 something dollars
Yeah,
back.
on 150 bucks.
Right.
150 bucks, call it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's move on.
How about this one? The Texans, the Tank Dallas Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Titans minus 144, Texans plus 121.
I need a quick question. Is Stroud playing in this game?
I think so. Yeah.
And who the hell is the backup in Texas?
I don't know.
Carr's
Carr.
brother.
No.
David?
He's not in the league anymore.
David.
Who's the backup?
38 is your total here.
The guy that
Let me-
died from Michigan? Ryan.
Mallet?
I'm
Rest,
showing
rest in peace.
I'm showing Stroud versus Levis, but that could be incorrect. 38 is the total, by the way, here. And
That almost sounds like
You know what they
Stroud
say
is
about
not
low
playing.
totals.
That is not as low as
That's not
some of the
low.
ones we've seen this year.
Yeah.
Not if you're talking Iowa football.
That's correct. 19?
Iowa, New England. New England's like the Iowa of NFL.
So Texans probably have 8 starters that are questionable for this game. So
Tank Dell's out.
I'm taking the Titans. Just that's my 2 cents worth.
I took Titans money line and fell asleep on Monday night, and I was happy to wake up to see if they're losing 13. They won the game. Unbelievable. When you're hot, you're hot.
More Jerry Reed.
Something about Will Levis at home. I don't know if he's lost yet, but he throws a nice ball. Hopkins is, I don't know why, he's an underrated receiver. He's got like almost 900 yards this year. He's probably on pace for another 1,200. Everybody thinks he's over the hill. I wish the Lions would have had that guy right now. Damn, being clinching the North already. I like the Titans.
Titans minus 2.5. That looks like a classic Classic teaser there, Jimmy.
I like the Titans on a teaser.
This
Yeah.
is my teaser from 1997.
That's right. Yeah.
You take the Titans plus 3.5, and you take the Texans plus 8.5.
I want to just say for the record, I want to go back when this show is over and rerun every 17 weeks, and I want the percentage of games that Daryl picks as a teaser.
So yeah, this would be a good teaser leg.
Do you got time for that, Jimmy?
We could make time for that.
We'll just loop it real
We
quick.
could make time for that. Did everybody get to go here?
Well, I mean,
Say their piece.
you've heard of Dr. Stephen Wong, right?
I think his name was Stephen Wang, wasn't it? Stephen S. Wang?
Yes.
Hey, Wong.
I mean, there's certain numbers you got to look at, and then you got to immediately think about the teaser, right?
Sure. No, you're right. I see what you're saying.
Thank you.
All right. As far as I'm concerned here, I would probably go with the Titans as well. Yeah, but
Will Levis throws a nice ball.
he does. He throws a nice ball.
Nice tight spiral.
Levis.
You sound surprised about that, but the guy almost was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, but he went, what, in the third or second? Second, maybe?
Did he fall that deep?
We got Double D in the chat, by the way. Let's acknowledge that. He said under 47.5. I don't know what game that was in relation to. So Double D, if you want to clarify. And then we have the Titans under at the half is his recommendation there. Double
Okay.
D, who's been very successful, I might
don't
add,
hate that.
on derivatives, halves and quarters. He likes
I'm a
those.
little surprised about Levis. to answer your
Derivatives
question,
guy.
though.
He's a
How
derivatives
many
guy.
quarterbacks do you trust coming out of Kentucky? I mean, the last one I knew was Jared Lorenzo.
Yeah, he was a pretty big fellow.
I'm thinking of somebody else back in the early 90s. God, who was that?
He was
I'd-
played against Florida for the.
I'd take a guy from Western Kentucky before Kentucky.
Blonde-haired fella?
Cade McNown? No.
No, he's from
UCLA.
UCLA.
Crouch?
Grouch,
No.
Tim Grouch.
Oh, did he come from Kentucky?
I think you're right.
Yeah, he played against Manning in the 1997 SEC championship.
Yes, sir. That's a voice of knowledge, folks.
How you like that one?
That's pretty good.
That
That
was
was
the goat.
Exactly who I was thinking of.
looks like Lions under 47.5 is what Double D was referring
Under
to.
Lions?
There.
Nah, I think he's got that wrong.
That's what he's saying.
Ford
got a
Field's a
50-50
perfect
chance.
elements.
Yeah, I'd say it's by a 50% chance of winning that one. You got Chiefs at the Pats. Chiefs at the Pats. Patriots plus 310 at home. Could be Bill Belichick's last year there. I don't know. Plus 8.5. The Patriots are the home dog, substantial home dog. 37 is your total in Foxborough. By the way, you could lay 1-4 with the Chiefs if you wanted to, minus 400. Wow. There.
You'd have to go back to probably before the Drew Bledsoe era to find a Patriots getting 8 points at home.
At home. That is pretty wild, I guess, if you think about it, right?
Wacky and wild.
Weird, wild stuff.
Wild stuff.
So I wouldn't touch this game. Is this Belichick's last home game of his life here
Yeah,
before
in
they gets traded?
New England. I have reputable sources that tell me he's gone after the season.
I'm touching this game.
Yeah,
I'm touching
really
it a
don't.
lot. I mean, come on. Chiefs aren't gonna. I mean,
What
after
do you
that
want?
last, I like the chefs here.
Yeah.
Line was 9.5 on Wednesday, Jimmy, and it was 7.5 last night. That's another teaser, as you know.
Is this a teaser option, possibly?
KC minus 1.5 all day long.
I think the chefs are pissed after last week.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is 31-7 written all over it.
Think about it. You got to have the other side of the teaser, though. So what are you going to do? Patriots are going to keep it that close?
I'm going 16 on the Patriots, 14.
Who did I have, Jimmy?
That's a scary. That's frightening.
I'll tell you who it's going to be later.
That would be a nail biter.
We'll get to it. We'll get to
Definitely.
it. And on this one, I don't think I would do anything here. I don't necessarily trust the Chiefs.
Well, I'll take your
Cover an
$50
8.
and punch you in the nuts.
Well, you
Give you
could-
half back and call it even.
Not very, not very friendly.
You don't think the Chiefs are going to run away with this thing, Jimmy?
I don't. I really don't.
I think they do.
They might circle
I
the
think the
wagons around their coach here.
No one
They
circles
could.
the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
They could. Well, then you guys should bet the Chiefs. I'd say if you got
Will do.
all kinds of confidence there.
Tease it.
How about? Oh man, how about the Jets?
This one's 8.5
in
as a
Miami.
Teaser.
Yeah, this is a good late for a teaser. as
Beautiful
Daryl might say.
teaser.
This
That's
is
a
teaser written all over it.
Beautiful teaser.
Dolphins
This creates
minus
some movement.
425. This is the opposite. They're a home favorite at 8.5. 37 is your total. You can get the Jets money line if you're feeling froggy for plus 330.
If I'm doing anything, I take the Jets money line in this game. I don't know. I think the Dolphins are going to be irritated, but I don't like them against a good defense. I'm going to stay away from this game, but you know what? For fun, I might throw a little cheddar on the Jets just to watch the Dolphins lose again.
You know, the Jets, the Dolphins beat the bad teams and lose to the good teams. So I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to lose. I think the Jets, that is going to lose big. Take the Dolphins all day long.
You don't like the
You could sit Hill.
AFC Player of the Week?
You could sit Hill, and you could sit Waddle.
And
And
still,
don't they have a pretty good tight end over there in Miami?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
I just picked him up in my other fantasy league, the one I'm eliminated from.
Ooh. After you were eliminated, you picked them up?
I picked him up before I matched up with Gary Kay last week, and it didn't help.
he smoked
It
ya.
didn't help me.
Snoop smoked you.
It didn't help me. If
You're,
he's listening,
you're
shout
already
out
out
to.
in a fantasy league?
Let me give a shout out to GK for. I don't know why.
Who the hell is the tight end there?
It's somebody I never had heard of. So.
Somebody not in your kitchen.
As you know, the guys, this is a good teaser right here, but it's not really the way you think it is, right?
It's the Jets.
It's take the Jets,
Take
getting
the
14 and a half points. That's more than 2 touchdowns.
That's a terrible decision.
Zach Wilson's the
You're
AFC Player
taking
of
a
the
chance
Week.
on the Jets.
Yeah,
It
they're
is
healthy.
Zach this week, right? Not Timmy Boyle.
It is Zach. That's why they
Okay.
won
I
last
thought
week.
so.
Zach
Just
attack.
want to double check. Yep. Okay. Jeez,
Is Tyreek Hill healthy? Probably not.
you got to take the Dolphins here. I
No,
mean,
I disagree with you.
I think if you really wanted to bet this game, which I do not, you would probably want to spend a lot of time combing the newspapers down there in Miami to find out what the status of Tyreek Hill is. Because if there's any chance
Even if he's
not
playing, he's
100%,
got sauce on him. Sauce will put him out.
They
Then you're
barely
gonna get there
talked
too.
about
Waddle, come on. Waddle's a poor man's number 2.
all I know is I'm not going to actually bet this game because I'm not going to do anything with the Jets anymore. Because I've watched every Jets game this year.
why do you like the Jets so much?
I watch every game.
Because you want to take a nap
But
every
I watch.
Sunday?
I pay attention to the Jets, especially for some reason. I don't know why. And I watch them
They're a
week after
fascinating
week,
team.
not being able to get past the 50-yard line. I finally bet. I bet against them. Was it last week? And they put up a bunch of points. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I
This
think your
is-
dream
I'm done.
matchup is
Done.
Jets Vikings.
Jets Vikings. Yeah, I like a low scoring game. Like a defense.
What's the over under
defensive
on that
game.
game? 26 and a half?
Bet the under.
Jets Vikings. Yeah, bet the under there. Okay, how about the speaking of teams that didn't have an offense up until 2 weeks ago? We got the Giants and the Saints. The Giants and the Saints. Saints 264, Giants plus 214. They're going to be in the Caesars Superdome. 6 points. That's what the Saints are laying at home. 39 is your total.
Let me jump in here, Jimmy.
Oh, shoot.
That's
Good
6
teaser leg?
points. You know that you'd never, ever tease a 6-point spread because going down to the 0, there's just no EV
What about
there.
the other way?
You could.
Yeah. The obvious play here is not the Saints.
The Giants? Timmy
Tommy
Chicken?
DeVito, come
Tommy
on,
Cutlet?
man. The guy's the real deal.
I don't like to get involved when they get so much hype based on something other than their actual play.
Tell me this: is there a better quarterback that has played quarterback for the Giants this year?
This year?
Yeah,
Dan Jones?
I mean,
Danny Dimes?
Did he play one game?
No, he played a couple.
Was it the first 2 games? Was it?
No, I think he played 4 at least.
Yeah,
man,
and then
at
Tyrod
least.
Taylor came on for a
Oh,
couple.
that's right. That's right. Tyrod.
Tyrod. I if I'm playing anything, I think the Saints are kind of a joke. I would take Giants money line for fun here. I don't love the game, but I don't think DeVito's the real deal either. But after what I saw he did against Green Bay, he can run outside the sidelines and score a couple touchdowns against the Saints. Saints are no big deal.
I would agree with that.
Giants defense is okay.
I don't want to play it, but I wouldn't. If I had with a gun to my head, I probably would play the plus 214.
Sure, let's have some fun. And sign me up with that agent. I'm gonna go. That guy's
No, thank you.
What agent?
Tommy Cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets?
Yeah, his agent.
That guy's.
I
yeah.
thought he looked like a Hasidic jeweler.
He kind of did with that hat and the black.
who walks out in public like that?
Apparently, Tommy's agent does.
Somebody that wants a little attention.
A little bit.
That's
he
not
got
for
it.
me.
He got
I
it,
don't like
didn't he?
that.
Unbelievable.
Dale, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I got
beyond
nothing.
this?
I mean, Saints are at home. I think it's worthwhile, and I think you guys are all forgetting the constant thing I heard was the Giants. You know, this guy offers the Giants a little bit of action, but kind of forgot about every other game the Giants played this year.
Yeah.
So I think that the Saints win by 6 easy.
and I'm not a big Saints guy, but
Me neither.
I
Hate
think
'em.
you, I think you
not,
gotta.
Jim?
No, I don't. You may know that about me.
Jets, yes. Saints.
You know
no.
what? The fact that you're going against the Saints tells me even more I need to load up on the Giants because every time you go against the Saints, you're on the wrong side.
I'm going on the Saints.
I know.
Yeah. Oh,
Last
okay.
time
I
you're
got
on
you.
the
I
Saints,
got you. I got
Detroit
you.
whooped them by about 8.
Yeah.
5.
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this last time,
Covered
but
the line, whatever.
the Miami game, Double D says over the first quarter.
Okay.
Over the first quarter.
Thank you, Double D.
quarter.
Appreciate
Playing
that.
the first
I'll
quarter
play
is
that
tough.
just for you, buddy.
Also a numbers guy,
That's 2
but
drives.
not on the show.
You got to really be dialed in if you're playing first quarter bets.
You do. You do. We got
Hats off to them.
I like playing. I like playing halves in college basketball. You ever done that?
Oh yeah,
That was fun. Won like
several
$30
times last night, as a matter of fact.
Did you take that App State half over Queens?
I did not.
Oh, you missed out.
I think that playing halves is you can find it's a kind of the secret. It's one of the secrets of playing, especially if you're playing out in back in the old days, back out in Vegas, you could play second halves all day long, and you could find the anomalies, I guess you would call it.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that there's any benefit or advantage at all of playing first halves.
In game, when you see what happens the first
Exactly.
4 minutes of a game.
Yep.
Then you can probably that's the way I look at it.
I
What's,
did the same thing, Daryl.
what's happened, and
There was 8 minutes to go in the half. App State was tied with Queens. I don't even know. Queens what? North Carolina? I mean, took them -2.5. They were up by 8 at halftime.
Yeah, it's like playing. I remember Byron Leftwich Marshall, and I just remember sitting there and loading up on him on the first half, and then loading up on him again in the second half.
Wow.
And it was just like that was when the light bulb went off. And then the rest of that trip, I was playing second halves, and I was just like, you could. It's amazing how you just don't.
College
how
football.
the guys don't run this stuff all day long. They
Yeah.
just sit out there and make money all day long, but it's gambling.
Let's put halves on a segment down in the future there, Jamie.
okay. We can certainly do that.
In live betting.
So you could break down every game, and then you could go back and break down every first half, and then every second half.
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
or 7 hour show.
Well,
Right,
Double
but-
D
hey,
on
we
you
got
can
nothing
talk
to do.
quarters.
as Jimmy would call it, derivatives.
Derivatives. Those are derivative markets. Although I think first quarters are no longer considered that,
Oh,
and first halves aren't. Huh? Yeah, because I think they go through price discovery. Those particular markets. Anyway, you got Packers.
explain to the folks at home
discovery.
about price discovery.
I gotta get to a practice at 9. Let's stop.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we can stick around. I'll tell you about it after the show. We got the Bucks at the Packers. Bucks at the Packers. Packers -175 at Lambeau. Bucks money line +146. 3.5 points again at home. Are your pack 42? Going to be the total.
I don't have a pick on it. I think this is a fascinating game. I think both teams are playing for their playoff lives. I don't know what to think of the Packers after they lost to the Giants. I did not see that coming last week. Guess I would lean towards Packer. I don't like that hook though. I'm gonna stay away from this game. What do you got, Daryl?
Monday morning, I thought I was so smart. I got down on the Packers -3.5, and by God, they lose Monday evening, and that bet.
You still got them at 3.5.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. My thing is try to get down early so I can come up with some advantage plays. Looking maybe a 1.5, 2 points difference, and it's just it's worked out the last couple of weeks, but this week everything kind of stayed the same. In fact, the one that was moved in my favor was the Bills. I had them -1.5. It went up to 2.5, and then all of a sudden it's back to 1.5 again. So I don't know. I guess I can't win on those things. I'm not sharp enough to know on Monday morning what to do. But Packers,
Sharp as a bowling ball, as they say.
yeah, Packers. I think there's a strong play there for the Packers. I think they another must-win game, which that means what, Jimmy?
That means you take the
They
other side.
must not be very good.
Yeah, they must not be very good. Yes. Dale.
You like that, Dale?
My yeah.
Doesn't
pretty
sound
good.
as good the second time, does it?
Man, it was pretty good the first time around. I gotta say, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Bucks kept this thing within 3.5, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. Mike Evans had one catch. I mean,
Sounds like you had Mike Evans in a fantasy league.
don't have them. Don't have them at all. I just know that they're not as good as they used to be, and Todd Bowles is under a lot of pressure. The losing play of the game, they had nine or 10 guys on the field for crying out loud on defense. I mean, I don't know, but
They
they
won
need
one
to
straight,
straighten it
didn't
out. Well, the last time
Last time they lost? Okay.
Did they? Did they? Was that 2 weeks ago? It might have been last
Beat the
week.
Falcons, I
They beat
think, last
somebody
week.
last week,
Falcons.
Oh, did they win that?
I'm staying
JT.
away. Staying away. I don't want anything to do with this one.
Nah.
Nothing.
No cheese.
No, sir. How about the Bears at the Cleveland Browns? You got the Browns minus 172. The Bears plus 143. They're going to be in Cleveland, Browns Stadium. Browns laying 3, 38.5. It's going to be the total there. A hush fills the room.
Yeah.
Dale, go
I
for
mean, go ahead, Dale.
Okay, I'll put money on the Browns minus 3. You know, you might if you get them at 2.5 and buy it down to a 2. I think that's gold. But who can the Bears beat? Have they beaten anybody recently?
No.
Oh wait. Okay, but
That was at home.
I don't think they're going to win any more games.
division.
I got to admit. And I think Moore's banged up. I think they got about 3 of their studs that are banged up. Anyways, my last words would say roll with the Browns.
So, Dale, week 1, when you walked into the studio with your happy face, I mean, did you think you'd be betting on Joe Flacco in week 14 with a winning team?
Not as far as NFL bets, no. I thought pickleball, possibly.
Mean pickleball player. Flacco is.
I can't disagree with you, Dale. I mean, I think the Browns have a lot more to play for. I think the Bears were just pissed off last week that they lost the first time around to the Lions. They beat them handily, but I don't really think they're much of a team. I think the Browns have a lot better defense and just as good as offense as the Bears. So I'm going to go Browns here.
The Browns on FanDuel right now are minus 2.5, and you know what
Lock
that
it
means.
in.
You know what that means, Jimmy.
Yep.
That's the other
Cheeser.
side of your teaser.
Pepperoni,
That is a-
That's the other side of your teaser, Dale. Browns getting 3.5 paired
Oh, it's
with
not a
Kansas
same
City.
game?
Breaking news.
It's not going to match up to what I picked later in the show, but nevertheless, FanDuel, check them out.
All right.
Like books.
Check them out. Knowing now that the Browns are 2.5, I'd go Browns. I'd go Browns all day.
Yeah.
I think Flacco is.
You got FanDuel, Jimmy?
We're not,
I have, yeah.
FanDual,
I have
minus
an account
2.5.
there.
we're not racist here.
Minus 2.5. I'm going to get that. I mean, I don't know. Is Justin Fields for real? Who knows? I don't know.
Oh,
I
but
don't
he
really
is.
care.
But he is auditioning for next year for some other team.
Yeah.
That's, I think, yeah.
That'd be a good off-season little story, too. What do you do as the Bears with the number 1 pick?
That's true.
Great question.
Bring in a new coach from the college ranks and let him take his quarterback with him. in
Or
the
from the
first round.
CFL?
Like Matt Canada?
Too many
They-
false starts.
They've done that before.
Too many false starts. Classic.
False starts. Okay.
Your boy from the Minnesota Vikings was an old CFL coach, Rich.
Grant Tarkington, Bud Grant.
Bud Grant?
Bud Grant was a legendary CFL coach. Looked like he was 100 when he's coaching in the 80s for the Vikings.
He's probably only like 60. Like the,
He was like Sparky Anderson. He was 39.
like the
he
Golden
had all
Girls
white hair.
are the new 40s, you know?
Is there some cheesecake with that, Jimmy?
Cheesecake with that.
You're a big Golden Girls guy, aren't you?
Oh, I like the Golden Girls. I like the G Girls.
They
Yeah.
like cheesecake, right?
They do, sure.
Something about that.
There's been cheesecake in the show, yeah. How about Falcons?
Hopefully not between the legs. All right, let's go on.
Come on. Come on. I think you got to leave here at 9. Disgusting. Falcons at the Panthers.
that's
Panthers
what
plus
there was.
130.
Rich, you can leave now, Rich.
Right, I think you might overstayed your welcome here, pal.
We'll read off
138.
your picks, but we might not be able to interpret them.
Yeah, we got to make sure we get to the picks before Rich goes.
I
Because
know.
we
I
need to,
had a little sauce on them this week.
yeah, a little zing. I looked at him.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Panthers plus 3 at home. Home dogs again. 34
Yeah.
total. Go ahead.
It's in my picks. Falcons all day, baby.
I think Jimmy had something poignant to say there, and Rich, you cut him off.
Well, I gave him a minute 52. He should have plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll defer my time to the gentleman on my left.
No. The
Gentleman from
yields.
the Midwest.
I have nothing special to say about this, so you guys don't feel about. You have to yield your time.
Okay, I'll use about 10 seconds. Are you serious right now? This Panthers team is just waiting for the pick and for Belichick to come in. They're going to be on the money. That crazy owner is going to be throwing the money at him like nuts.
How many wins do the Panthers have, Jimmy?
1.
Now, you know they got to get to at least 2, don't they?
No.
Yes,
You know, Darryl,
they're
we-
going to
we
get to
talked
2, and it's today.
We talked about
Tomorrow
this. We
or
said
Sunday.
we correctly picked the Panthers to beat the Texans, but I don't see another win left in this team. This team is
They're the worst.
they're the worst.
They're the worst.
They're worse than the Cowboys that won at 15. You know who the Cowboys beat that year?
Yes, the Skins.
The Super Bowl champion Redskins. Everybody
you
should
go.
have known the Cowboys were destined for 3 Super Bowls after that, but
I think Vegas knows that the Panthers have
America's
to
team.
get to at least 2 or 2.5 wins. By God, they're going to win this one because there's not many left on the schedule that they got a chance at. Write it down. Panthers at home.
no
I'm going to
dice.
say the opposite. I would take the Falcons 3 all day long.
All
night
day.
long. At
You're not a
3,
big football guy, Jimmy.
Falcons.
Take it.
Bet
Falcons.
the money line. Bet the spread.
Yeah,
I think the $50 bet's already been placed. Let's go.
that's kind of a, in my opinion. Any way you can. Well, you said that about. I had the who was it last week? It was my favorite team,
Saints?
the Saints. Yeah, and Daryl's like, "Why'd you take the the Saints?" I'm
you
like,
got in on
"I'm
the
fading."
Saints after it went up 2.5 points.
It doesn't matter. I could have taken them at 8.
That shit,
I love that.
Who cares?
I love that you
I
said
could have
that,
done the
JT.
same thing, but I'm
Why
not
didn't
going
you?
to
You
because
could have locked in the
I
Panthers
coulda
at plus
had it
29.
3.5.
Right. It didn't really matter.
Because if there's one flaw in a lot of these ideas and methods, it's that everybody's so worried about getting the right number that they throw the money down. Oh man, guess what? I got it at a 2. You guys are all getting it at 3. Well, it doesn't matter when it's 7.
Yeah,
when it's really going to
when
be a
it's
7.
That's a good point.
So
That's a good
everybody throws money down. I think
When your
the
best
wrong
player
way.
is Adam Thielen, you're not going to win more than one game.
I think that's a good theory, Dale, for 1 week. But if you're going to play week in and week out, you got to take the points. You got to get the best number. And if you're not getting it, then you're at the end of the day, you're not going to come
Any
out.
idea where that closed?
6 or 6.5, right?
What? Last week?
Yeah, last week. The
That was
So-
Saints Carolina, right?
Yeah.
I had 5. I don't know
Okay,
where it
Tones,
closed.
I think, had it at 5.5 on the show. I bought it at 6, I think.
You could have laid down 22.5 and felt comfortable.
Doesn't matter, right?
Right. That's true. That's true. It's a mute point, as Daryl might say. A mute point. All right. Mute point. Here we go. Continuing right along. Moving along. The Commanders at the Rams. Rams minus 300. Commanders plus 238. This one's going to be at SoFi out there in sunny Los Angeles. Minus 6.5. Rams at home. Home favorite.
Let me cut you off there, Jimmy.
Shoot it, buddy. What you got?
This is actually the leg that you want to tease alongside Kansas City. Okay? You want Rams minus 0.5, and you want KC minus 1.5.
I could see that.
That's
Yeah.
a teaser at minus 120 that's going to pay you approximately, 7 and 78 cents or something on $10.
Close.
Okay.
So
That's your analysis.
that's it.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm not taking it. I have nothing to do with the Commanders at this point. Talk about a team that traded away everything. The Native American's going to be gone as head chief next year. I mean,
Is he a chief?
they're cleaning. Yeah, he's
was
a chief.
Chieftain?
Is
He's
he?
the chief of the Commanders.
What?
Dude, the Redskins are so horrible.
So bad.
Why even? I wouldn't. I would lay 3 dimes on the Rams this week to win a dime.
Wow.
30 cents. That's a great bet.
Why would you ever take the Washington football team?
You can't do it.
Well,
They're miserable.
They had the
You know,
week
you could
off
do-
to think about things.
Let me bring this up like maybe Daryl might think about this. What do you call that? A dip or a teaser here?
They call it teasers. I'm with you. A dip is
Okay,
where
if it's a
I
6-point
grew
dip,
up at.
I would put the Rams down to minus a half a point, so just to win, right? And then I would bet every other team in the book.
I think I
and
talked
get
about
6
this.
points.
I talked about this with Jimmy, so I like where your head is at, Dale. Would you play both sides of every game, every other
And you got
game?
to sandwich all of them.
Because I mean, think about that. As long as them
Your main one wins.
Commandeurs win, I wonder what would happen. I got to run those numbers still, Jimmy.
You should try it this
We
week.
call it a round robin.
Yeah, round robin that. See what you think. See what you
Pick your
think.
lock of the week, which would be the Rams, and then take every other game.
Yeah, that's called a round robin. I'm very interested to know what would happen if you took every
it out.
game
JT,
and then
can
you
you,
took
crunch
both
those numbers
sides
real
of every
quick?
Yeah, let me see. I'll work on that over here. I got that spreadsheet.
In my
Control
head-
E. Is that what I got to hit?
In my head, that's
Control E.
31 different combinations,
That's pretty good.
if I'm right.
That's pretty good.
But math is not really my thing.
Not your jam. No, I'm going to say on this one, the Commanders are that bad. They're next to the Panthers. Man, I don't like the Commanders. Do not like them. 6.5. I'd lay it. You got Puka. You got Cooper. Stafford's on fire lately.
What about the third receiver over there? He has a funny name
No
too.
idea who that
Tutu
is.
is it?
Tutu Atwell.
Oh, yeah.
They got Tutu, Pookie, and Koopy.
Yeah, it's an unusual.
And then they're just going to have a field day over there in Washington.
Did they really call him Koopy?
I imagine his mom probably called him Koopy when he was a kid.
That's his mom's name, too.
Little Koopy.
That's his mom's last name, Cooper. That's why she named him Cooper.
Oh, gotcha.
That may or may not
I
be
gotcha.
true.
I thought you were talking about Cup at Coop. Yeah, I gotcha.
No,
I'm
Coop.
wrong. My bad.
Okay. Fan of the Wonder Years.
Oh,
Bobby,
boy,
that's
look
why.
at this.
This one should be a good one. 49ers at the Cards. Cards plus 583. 49ers laying 881. Go ahead and get on that. Wow. You got 12.5 is your point spread. That's the Cards at home getting.
Jim, you ever seen Cocaine Bear?
47.
Not yet.
Cocaine Bear.
Have you seen the movie Cocaine Bear?
I have not
That's a
seen it.
movie?
It's a movie. Yeah, it's actually based on true facts. When
Kind of like snakes on a plane.
I don't know if that was based on a true story. This was based on.
It was, yeah.
Well, that's 8 heads in a duffel bag.
I highly recommend it. It's on Prime, I believe. It's a good watch. That bear gets hooked on cocaine
Really?
in Tennessee. Drop goes bad.
Okay.
Anyways, towards the end, he's playing with a guy's intestines that's trying to hunt him.
Oh.
So I kind of see the 49ers kind of just playing with the Cardinals' intestines here. I'm not going to play this game, but they could keep it around 12.5, just for fun. Wow. But in the movie, the cocaine bear does a line off the guy's leg and then snaps it off with his it's very campy, and I thought it was funny, but my girlfriend didn't think it was funny.
She didn't think it was funny.
Yeah, guys,
Graphic.
very graphic, but funny graphic.
What was wrong with did the bear have like daddy issues or something? Is that why?
No, it was a mama bear.
Cocaine was. Oh.
And then her cubs got hooked as well because she kept bringing the cocaine back to the cave.
Maybe she was doing the cocaine while she was pregnant with the cubs.
That could have happened too, Dave.
Won't be the first time the Cubs
Dale.
had a cocaine problem. I can tell you that.
Dave.
Boy, does this game remind you of the Cowboys versus Cardinals? I hope not.
That'd be great.
That's actually how I
Same spread.
based my pick on it this week.
Wow.
That really,
good thinking
really
right there.
rattled you.
Yeah, it really did.
That really
Jimmy and I,
fucking
She's talked about it every week since.
Yeah.
I heard it a couple times.
There's been a few highlights. I was thinking about this earlier. What are the highlights of our season? Like what did we have? What did we enjoy about the betting season? Some say September 1st on.
Sure.
And one of my highlights is going down to Ohio. We made a big score down there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cocaine.
Spending the
They
day
based
in-
a movie off of
in
us out here on
Ohio.
Netflix. Yeah.
But the
Loosely
one
based.
thing that cost us a bit was that, gosh dang,
That screwed us, yeah.
Cowboys
I
Cardinals
told
game.
you not to pick it.
Right now, you can get the Cardinals at plus 600, Jimmy. I know your numbers are not always accurate and up to date. Plus 600, and that's where I'm at. Take the Cardinals plus 600 because why? Why not?
They could
got a
do it.
punch.
It
Puncher's
happens
chance.
every week.
Yeah, it
Every
does.
week there's a crazy upset like this. This is a big one. Don't get me wrong. 12.5 points. In fact, if I was,
I'll do a line on the show, Daryl, if the Cardinals cover that thing.
if the number got up to 13.5, I would take that number, and I might do the
Teaser.
old round robin thing that Dale was talking about earlier. Plus 13.5 points. That's a big
That's a
number.
lot. We say
for a-
is that 13 now?
No, but I'm
No?
saying if
Oh.
it gets to 13.5, I mean, round robin that all day long. Every team, just who you think is going to win in those outcomes. Don't do all 31 options. But the Cardinals are coming off a bye,
Oh, yeah. A little extra rest. Sure.
so
Well, Kyler Murray's had a lot of buys, so he should be pretty well rested.
You should be real ready to go, raring to go.
I don't know what that means if you're questioning his sexuality or what, but never.
Wow, Daryl went there.
Never.
He never goes there, Mr.
All I know
Conservative.
is this is one that you would never think of, and it happens every week. I'm getting on the train, plus 600.
All right.
This ain't going to be the one, I don't think.
No.
But, I don't know if I quite like 12.5 either. I'd probably leave this one alone.
You're not a sharp better than Jimmy.
Leave it alone.
Is this the week that Purdy remembers he's Purdy?
Right. Yeah, you never know.
Because that's one of my two things this year. Purdy, remembering he's Purdy, and the Lions remembering they're the Lions.
Well, I think we've seen that now. So,
You don't think Purdy's a legitimate MVP
No,
candidate?
I do not.
You're more of a Dak guy.
I'm not really a Dak guy.
Those
Not
are
like
your
Dak
two
guys.
favorites.
I think Hill is
love
the
Dak.
most deserving.
in terms of the odds, those are the two favorites.
I'd give to Hill right now.
no
Taste on
chance. No chance.
Taste. Tony Hill.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. We were able to see what the Dolphins look like with Hill not in the game.
Exactly.
To Rich's point, he is the real MVP, but there is no chance.
Oh, no chance of...
No chance.
I see what you're saying.
What happens if he puts up a 2,000? You have to give it to him.
doesn't
He'll get
matter.
2,000. He'll
They
get
don't want to give it to anybody other than a quarterback.
Give it to him.
It's only been 10 years ago, I think they did. 11 years ago, maybe?
I think
Was it Jerry Rice?
the year
Jerry
that
Rice
I think Barry Sanders rushed for 2,000 yards, and instead of giving it to him, they let him share it with Brett Favre.
Oh, that was nice.
So
I took a little piece of McCaffrey for that particular award, and I know it's a long shot, but if anybody deserves it, he probably should be the
White
most valuable
chocolate.
player in the league. How about speaking of Dak, having a Dak attack right here, the Cowboys at the Bills.
what is that
I
exactly?
don't know, I just made that up. They
We
probably
always
say
like
it in Texas.
me and
though.
Lauren like
You
to
should
say
copyright
Dak to sleep.
should.
Because Dak always does the sleep commercials.
Ah,
Nice.
here we go. All right, so we got
Is that the sleep number?
Here we go. This is bad. Bills minus 132, Cowboys plus 111.
CPAP machine?
That Bills laying 2 at home, 50.
I'd buy it.
50 and a half, actually. What were you going to say, Dale? You had something you were going to interject there, I think. No?
No.
No? Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Anybody want to talk about Rich? You
Yeah,
love that.
Rich would
this
love
reminds me
about
of
the Cowboys.
Super Bowl 44 or something. I don't know. Give me the
44?
42, 41.
Your numbers are way off there,
46,
Rich.
whatever.
Way
Cowboys, Bills. I know
off.
they beat them twice, Daryl.
19 and 92.
I think it was like 30.
Fine.
Maybe.
Whatever. I'm old. Give me the Cowboys because you know what? The Bills finally pulled off a close game. I think they're feeling good about themselves. Cowboys are rolling. There's a case to be made that they step back after beating the Eagles, but I don't know. I think this Cowboy team is a little better than past Cowboy teams. Give me the Cowboys.
Never bet on the Cowboys.
Well, that's too bad. You'd be down money this year.
I don't know what their ATS record is, Jimmy. That's against the spread. I don't know what it is. I know the times
We know you
I've-
lost against the Cardinals.
I didn't want to bring that up, but it's true. It is a
rumor.
fact.
Rumored.
It was, yes, it's a bit of a sore
The
spot.
money train came rolling through last week. Everybody was on the Cowboys.
So this is one I think I got down on Sunday night, Jimmy.
1.5.
The
I
look
heard.
ahead lines 1.5. It went all the way to 2.5. It's Jimmy's got it at 2, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find it. I think it's going to be 1.5. And I kind of agree with Rich on the Cowboys, but it's like I don't know. It's just the Bills. I really feel like might be the AFC favorites now for the Super Bowl. I don't have any further explanation for that. It just feels like it's they're finally coming into their own.
Okay. I don't think there's a chance that the Bills can win this game, but I would love to bet the money line with the Cowboys. You might be able to get like $1.20, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Bills have a way of imploding. The quarterback is too risky, can't stick to the game plan, wants to run, wants to throw.
Not against this defense.
And number 11 is probably going to just be in his grill all day. That's the way I look at it. Hopefully he's not injured at all, number 11.
Jimmy, you're going to want the Dallas Cowbills this weekend.
I would definitely be on the Cowboys this weekend, personally.
Yeah.
Cowboys, and I'm with you guys, or I'm with you, Dale. I would go money line. I think you can probably find it better than this 111.
Plus 115 right now at
Okay.
Points Better Caesars.
Yeah.
My numbers, we're seeing the same thing, Jimmy. My numbers look remarkably similar to Steve Fezzik's.
No, it's okay. You guys are on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys minus a half is what it should be.
Oh, yeah, Cowboys minus a half.
Yeah.
Then I think you got to go Cowboys. And I think usually money's going to come in on the Cowboys closer to game time anyway. So you might be able to get that money line a little north of even the 115 if you wanted to hold out on it. I don't know.
All the money's on America's team.
Yeah. Yep. So in fact, I'm pissed I don't have that as a play. That should have been a top pick there. But
These
alas.
are the picks.
That's right. That's right. Hitting the wrong button. Here we go. We got Ravens
I thought that
at
was the
the Trevor Lawrence.
2 left.
Yeah, we're
Shoot.
getting there. This Monday, 12/17.
This is Sunday.
That's Sunday.
Did we get it done in 30 minutes so far?
No, not quite. Not quite. No, Richie's got to get out of
It's
here in about 15
9:45
minutes.
right now.
We got Ravens at Jags. Jags plus 144 at home. They're the home dog. Minus 172 are your Ravens.
I have a
3,
surprise pick on this.
42.
I'm gonna.
Surprise pick?
I have a surprise pick. I'm gonna save it for my picks next.
Oh, okay.
Why would he tease us like that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So you could, I don't know that it's a teaser, Jim. I don't know because it's, you never would go to the Ravens getting 3 because you would never tease it to an even number like that, you know? Right? Am I right? Yes, I'm right. So I would leave this game.
I would never
I
tease
leave
it in
alone.
the first place.
No. Not a teaser.
No, every time you add another bet to make another bet work, you're gonna fail.
Even
Take
if
the
you're
Ravens.
helping yourself?
Interesting. I like that.
Even if you're helping yourself by 6 points aside?
Bet if you want to win the game, bet the game. Old something from the 40s I learned. Just bet the game.
Just
Quit
bet the
parlaying.
game.
Quit putting 3 or 5 or 7 games on a parlay card and just bet the one game you want. Take that.
Which
take that
which
50
40
bucks.
was your drink of choice, Dale?
Who
Old fashioned.
who said that? Was that Hawthorne?
Which Hawthorne?
Nathaniel?
No, not that Hawthorne. For crying out loud. JT.
Is it on me? I do nothing.
You still with us over
Doing
there?
nothing. I'm sorry. I was pondering with
He's not
Dale,
used
the
to talking
wisdom
with
Dale just
40
imparted.
seconds.
I
I
like
just
that.
can't get over Jack. I don't know. I was impressed. I got to admit, before he got hurt, I watched that little bit of that, and I haven't watched any Sunday football really all year. But Trevor Lawrence looks like he's coming into his own after I thought that maybe he was going to start. He was never going to develop as a fully NFL quality quarterback like he did in college. He was a great college quarterback.
Shit, I thought he was going to be out for the season.
You
last
texted
week.
me that, Jimmy.
I thought
You
for
and-
sure.
and
After
Rich
seeing
both.
that, I said, "Holy
Yeah.
You
shit!"
could have definitely
that's
folded
the
him
end
into
of
a
it.
coffin.
Yeah, yeah.
Pine box.
Anybody else adding anything?
No, who's their Monday night game?
All right, let's go to the Monday night game.
See.
Who is it this week?
Seahawks.
Yeah.
Oh, Eagles, Seahawks. Eagles, Seahawks. Seahawks are they are the home dog. Plus 166. Eagles laying minus 200's money line. 4 points are going to the Hawks at home. 47.5.
I mean, the question is here: is the Eagles going to recover from that brutal schedule because they looked done against the Cowboys last week? I mean, I like the Seahawks if Geno's playing, but I don't like the Seahawks if he's not playing. So I'm gonna hold off to Monday on this game for myself.
I like the Seahawks getting 4, but I would never bet that because I got down on them on
a
Monday
teaser?
morning getting 6 points.
Well, that's a better deal.
There you go.
They could give you 10. You're still going to lose. But they're going to talk you into betting it because they're going to give you 10. I think that Sirianni, I hate him. I hate him more than any other coach in the league. But
Right.
I think that he's going to have his
Very
guys.
punchable face.
Somebody in that place has to rally the youngsters and get the wide receivers on the same page and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I don't see how Seattle holds their own. And you might want to, if somebody wants to get on this game and they have to do it this week, you might want to do it before they say who's in and who's out, because I think that quarterback Seattle, that wouldn't surprise me if that quarterback from Seattle didn't play.
Yeah, it's a good point. You're going to see it move if Smith doesn't play. I don't really like this game personally.
I mean, I don't even know if there's a big difference between Locke and Smith,
No,
anyways.
that's
but
true. That's true.
Throws a nice ball, as Rich would say, Locke.
Yeah, tight ball.
Yeah, tight ball. I think that's it, guys.
All right.
How do we do?
I think that's it. I think we probably
32
went.
minutes.
I didn't note the time
There's
when we
16
started.
games, and we got them all done in 2 minutes.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Okay, you know what we got to do though? This is the most important part of the show.
Libation exploration?
These are
Oh,
the
no.
top
Do we have more
Top
beer to try?
picks. Top
That
picks.
was Richie's
And
postulation.
I'll tell
Can
you
I,
what.
can I get 2 or 3 more fingers worth of Bookers?
You can. You want some more?
No, I'll never be able to get the
Do
Clarkson
you
if I
have
do.
2 or 3 more fingers of ice?
I know, right? I hear you, buddy.
Let's go ahead and let's start with Richie here because I know he's got to get hauling.
Where
I do.
you're at and what you hauling? That was an old Steve Zabin show bit. Originals sports talk radio in the Washington D.C. area. Where you at and what you hauling? You talk to truck drivers.
Truck drivers on the phone. Eh?
They
Or the-
would say what they were
back then it was a
delivering.
CB. They used to CB into them. Yeah.
Got your ears on.
Yeah, I like this It's my Ram it pick of the. I like those Bengals against those Vikings.
Well, this is a ram at home.
This is a Ram it.
Oh.
Take it, Ram it. Minus,
There it is.
minus 3. DraftKings. I think we talked about that earlier. I think Dale loved the Bengals as well. Who doesn't like a guy from Washington? Give me the Bengals. I think the Steelers are running on empty. I think they lose this week. I think they get to 8-8, but it's not this week. I've been liking Minshew all year. Give me the Colts minus 1.5. Next game. I'm
Hold
gonna
on
go.
a second,
Yeah.
Rich. The Bengals.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
We're going striped cats. That's
Money
a Bengal.
line?
No. Minus 3. That's why it's minus 115 over there.
-3.
Are they
Minus 3.
wearing the white helmets this week?
Oh, that's a definite ram it. Might want to put 6 units on that one. I'm gonna go. I don't think the Panthers got anything. As Jim told us earlier, the Jags tongue is teal because they eat Carolina Panthers. So we're gonna take.
I think you just had a stroke over here. None of that made any sense to me. Say that again.
the Jags tongue is teal because they eat Carolina. Because the year they were an expansion team, that's
Nice.
why they put Carolina color on their tongue.
That was part of a trivia question once.
Part of a
Good
trivia
use. Good use. Nice. It's like the Dennis Miller of the numbers guys.
Yes.
Well, I'm confused though. So
Right.
Riddler, isn't that usually?
Riddler's the Riddler from Atlanta. So we're going to take the Falcons. We're going to take Riddler and the gang -3. They're gonna
Okay, I
beat,
got you.
they're gonna beat
Jags
Carolina.
tongue. Okay, I thought they were playing the Jags. Okay, the Jags tongue. Okay.
Falcon crests are at the Jags tongue.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Falcon Crest TV show?
Soap from the 80s, right, Dale?
It's fantastic.
Simon and
Right.
Simon?
Oh, that was Jared
Simon and
McCraney,
Schuster.
publisher. Next question. Okay.
Hardcastle and McCormick?
Okay, I forgot about that.
Dallas?
Dallas. That
All day long.
Pass. JR is still drunk.
We're going to go Redskins at Rams here. It looks like I forgot all odds here. So it's Rams -6.5. All I can remember was Eric Dickerson trying to be on Monday Night Football at one point.
What the
I
hell
believe
is going on in the 5th game?
Did he wear his goggles when he was trying out for the Monday Night Football?
I
I
don't
think
know,
Rich was
but-
wearing his goggles when he was typing this.
I remember watching it with Daryl in college, and I looked at Daryl and said, "Did he say black wet grass?" And he's like, "I don't know what he said." So we're gonna take the Rams. That's a lock it up. And then Travis Etienne in the gang. My surprise pick: take the Jags money line +150. Just like Dale was talking about, I think Lawrence is the real deal, and they've been trending the wrong way, but they're at home, and this team was the number 1 seed 2 weeks ago, and then I think they get back in the conversation with the win over the Ravens this week. It's my surprise pick of the week.
okay.
Surprise pick of the week,
I
right there.
don't think I would have deciphered that. What you had there.
Well, then I gave the Panther blood because the Jags were eating the Panther, and that's why they got the 2 wins.
Oh, they're connected.
It all comes together.
Okay, I get
Full
it now.
circle, baby. Full circle.
I see what we did there.
It's too confusing, Rich.
Well, I guess you didn't like.
Remember the guy who always said winning for like 2 years straight every time he was interviewed?
That was Rich?
Tiger blood.
Oh, that's Tiger blood. I'm sorry.
No, he said winning too, right?
That's funny.
I was thinking Jaguar
Yeah.
blood.
Okay.
I mean, I can talk like Dennis Leary, or is it
Dennis Leary?
Not
Dennis,
Leary,
totally different
Dennis
comedian
Miller.
there. Yeah. Different styles.
Trump?
Maybe
Love him.
more like Dennis Potvin.
I don't know who that is. There, how about,
He was missing a few teeth.
I thought
how about
I
your-
thought that one.
Oh, you're
was
talking
on-
about
that was
hockey
entertaining.
player?
Yes.
Okay, I know what you're
He
doing.
I was
took a
having
few
fun
shots to
writing
the
this.
head.
Yeah.
Are you talking hockey? Where's Tones at?
Yeah. that's
This
a toad.
is one for Jimmy Easton Stick.
Yes.
16 and a half yards rushing. He did that
See if he's got that
on
already.
he would do that every possession back in the North Dakota State days.
He's got legs on him.
So I like that. I don't know if that number was at kickoff, but I got on that this morning about 11 o'clock. 6-point teaser for Dale. Chiefs going from 7.5 to 1.5. Rams going from 6.5 to 0.5. I don't know what there is not to like about that one, Dale. I like both of those teams. You're telling me I should probably bet them individually, but I'm getting 6 points on each one.
On paper, it sounds undeniable. It sounds like the perfect bet, doesn't it?
Thank you. I got Boise State.
Was that a compliment? I'm not sure that was a compliment.
Depends on how fast you can say thank you.
Well, Daryl grew up with him. He knows when to accept a compliment or not.
I got Boise State, the hottest team of the second half of the college season. And, who knows who's playing what in these bowl games.
Is that for real though? Like I looked at the sheet, like for all the bowl games. I'm like, I don't even know who transferred or what.
Yeah.
I don't know anything anymore.
One to check out, Rich, is Oklahoma State. They apparently do not have a lot of.
Well, just like my favorite library books, I will check them out.
Yeah.
Check them out.
They don't have a lot of guys in the transfer portal versus whoever it is they're playing. Who they have a ton of them. So keep that in mind. But I like Boise State in this particular matchup. Jimmy, do we have another slide there for me? The Browns. Oh, this is not me. This is Dale's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, Jimmy.
Hold on. There we go.
You're gonna want to keep those up for quite a long time. Let the numbheads write them down real quick.
Numbskulls.
Here's the one that Rich was talking about. What'd you call that Jags pick you had there, Rich? Shocker. Give him the shocker. Here it is. Cardinals money line plus 600.
Don't think I said that.
Surprise them with the shocker.
There you go. Plus 600. That's 6 units would be coming back. Plus the one that you wager. That'd be a 7-unit return. 7 piggies would be coming home.
Coming home to roost.
Coming home to roost.
Which one went home piggy to the market?
Vikings, Bengals,
You don't want to
40
date
and a
someone with
half.
7 piggies.
We got two backup quarterbacks that are bringing that number down, but I think they both actually can air it out, and so I like the over. And then the total on tonight's game. Don't anybody tell me what the score is right now.
21-0.
What?
What I say? I thought I said don't tell me
Oh,
what.
I thought you said tell me.
Son of a...
21-0. Tell me.
Raiders.
Oh,
Rich
really?
is, no wonder Rich is doing a dance in his seat over here.
Yeah.
I gotta go with potty.
Yeah, I thought it was time. Change your diaper.
Guys, I like the under.
Oh, well, a little late now.
Under 30, I think it's got to be the fourth quarter by now. Under 35 and a half.
Austin Stick
All day long.
also has no rushing yards.
Now,
so
you'll
one-
notice last week in that New England Steelers game, there was about 24 points scored in that first half, and then they only scored 6 more, right? Something
no,
like that?
it scored like 40 something.
Yeah, there
was 20 to 17 or
30. There was 30.
Way over the over.
There was 34 scored in the first half and 6 scored in the second half.
Okay.
So maybe we'll get lucky on this one.
All right.
Well,
Just like Pharrell
sometimes
said.
luck. Who, Pharrell?
Pharrell, it's time to get lucky.
Oh, I thought he's with those guys with the helmets on.
Oh, yeah, he's with them too. Daft Punk?
Yes.
It's time to get lucky. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's who. Okay,
All right.
that's different. Was he the same guy that was in that
He's also
cartoon movie with the guy with the long pointy nose?
Oh, are you talking about?
I don't know.
Happy?
Yeah,
He also sung Happy.
There you go.
yeah.
That's
Also
what it's
sung
from.
with Blurred Lines with Robin Thicke.
Despicable Me.
Oh,
Despicable Me. Bingo.
Boom.
Yeah, and
Great
then
movie.
the follow up, Despicable Me 2.
And
Oh, there was they made a second one for crying out
They
loud.
made a prequel.
And
too.
then there was also the Minions movie.
Yep. Once you have a gravy train, Dale, you don't stop that train.
You know what? I feel that way about your picks every week there, Rich.
Thank you.
Woo woo.
25% this last 30 days rolling.
Pretty good. Rolling 30. I'm sorry. I was
Speaking of a gravy train,
yeah, I was off the headphones here for a little bit. Did
I thought you were doing a remix.
no. I did have 1 year. I was on the wheels of steel over here.
5-1 Dale. Let's go.
Dale, did you go through these at all?
Dale, you're 3-0
No,
right off the bat.
look at that. Well, all I got to say is lock.
That looks like a push.
Well, maybe you're not noticing.
Look at these lines. Where do these lines come from?
The
Studcats?
Go down to the corner.
What?
You'll get it.
Stuttgart's
Lock.
LLC. He's got a
Rams locked. Hey, did you know that Rams moved? How much has that Rams line moved since Monday morning? Actually, Tuesday morning.
Let me see what I got here. My numbers suggest
We got Daryl's numbers coming through.
that
Coming through.
where's the LAR on here? L.A.
He's such a big fan of jumping on stuff.
It was 6.5 on Monday, and now it was 6 last night, so it went down 0.5 point.
It opened 6.5.
Thank you.
Hey,
What do you mean it opened at 6.5? It's moved at least 2 points this week.
lots of movement.
It ended up only 0.5 point, so maybe it went all the way down to pick 'em, but it's back to 6.
All right, that's fine.
6 is good. And then you got, what'd you say? You got, Falcons. Yeah, we kind of already talked about these.
Yeah, we nailed all
Falcon
these
and the
babies.
Snowman.
What didn't we talk about?
No, Falcons
Ohio.
and the Fat
We got
Man.
some. We got some.
Oh, that's
a couple
Jake and the Fat Man.
Jake and the Fat Man. A couple NCAA picks here.
Oh, yeah, you got to bet them because guess what? When you bet bowl games, you're probably going to lose. But I found 2 that work. Actually, 1. 11 o'clock a.m. Saturday morning. Set your alarm. Get your bottle of Booker's out.
Yes.
And put that Ohio game on because guess what happened in Ohio this Ohio game? Not only has the spread moved, I had it written down because I wanted to make a big point. 7 points because all of a sudden all these Ohio guys decided they're not going to play. So
Is this Ohio State now? When you say Ohio, are you talking about Ohio State?
I think he's talking about Bobcats.
the mighty Bobcats. So what they have is top 2 quarterbacks decide not to play. Top 2 running backs decide not to play. Top 2 receivers decide not to play.
Oh.
So what do?
You bet Ohio.
Take them anyways.
Yeah.
Take them anyways because they're the better team. And guess what? They went from giving a 0.5 point or giving a full point to getting 3. So sometimes just a better team is just a better team. But even if you want to take their 2 or 3, 4 best guys off the field, sometimes the team is just better, right? And can anybody tell me what Georgia Southern's done this year? Anybody?
I don't want to fart in your French fries here, Dale, but I do
French
believe
fries.
Georgia Southern. Isn't there something about the coach from Georgia Southern? It's supposed to be. Maybe he left there. Maybe that's why the line moved. I don't know, but Georgia Southern was a good team.
All I know is I'm looking at this. I'm thinking good teaser leg personally.
Honestly,
Not really. No, I'm not thinking
Play that straight up.
I'm gonna pull your
Okay.
numbers card.
You lost me on the second half, dude.
So-
But that first half was gold.
Anyways, yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I love it. I mean, it gives you something to bet on to start the day, right? Then, because then the rest of the day you get to watch NFL, and you can take everybody else's picks into consideration. Now, what do we have next? Oh, we got the
Jackrabbits.
the mighty Jackrabbit Slims here, South Dakota State. Guess what? This game is a home game. Guess what? This game is a semifinal game to get to the championship. And guess what else?
What's that?
They won this thing last year for crying out loud.
Oh, jeez.
I
So
think they've won 8 of these.
they're giving up 21 points. Yeah, the number's pretty big, but do you really think they're not going to win by at least 2 to 3 touchdowns?
I think Jarrell played for that Albany team.
Who's
he
this
did,
Jarrell? Is that Superman's father?
He's good. I like Jarrell.
Another legendary Mac.
Superman's.
In fact, I got something I want to say. We'll talk about it after the show, but because we're going to be moving studios here. We're moving studios. I don't know if you guys know this, but probably in mid January. So we can do that. The new studio maybe a little bit differently. Maybe be able to accommodate 5 people. So 4 people plus me. I'm just saying.
Can only hope.
I'm just saying.
Wow, a special guest star every week.
A special,
I
yeah,
seen-
right.
I
A
seen
rotating.
some,
You see what I'm saying? Here?
I saw some construction going on about a mile down the street. Is that what I was looking at?
We're building a multi-purpose. It's like a warehouse that we're moving into. So we have plenty of room for all of our
We
equipment.
need your help carrying the table over there.
Well, that's it. No,
Are
we
they
won't need
6-foot
this
tables
table.
or 8-foot
We wouldn't
tables?
need the table. I got some other stuff.
What's the picks, Jim?
Oh, it's going to be good. Okay, my picks. Sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked
I need
here.
the trivia answer before I.
Hey, did you guys get on that San Diego or South Dakota State
Isn't there-
pick?
Is there one more pick for Dale?
Because they're coming out, they're going to beat the Colonial League champion without a doubt.
That's all I saw.
Have you ever seen the
I
Colonial
think I
League
sent
champion?
a third one in, Jimmy.
I don't think you say anything about the Raven game.
That's all right.
No, a separate card.
Oh, separate card. I'm sorry.
Then
I'm sorry. Here we go.
The viewers know.
There we go.
What?
Oh, a little bonus here, just a little something. I didn't want to put it in because it's 2 weeks away. I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder for next week, but I figured I'd throw it out there.
3 games.
Ohio State +2. I saw it at 2.5 today. Gosh, how do you not take Ohio State getting points anywhere, anytime, unless they're playing at Michigan?
I'm going to take that because you're going to owe big to Moose and Rocco if you lose this one, buddy.
Moose and Rocco Finance.
Might as well as lay your money down It's 2 weeks away, so you got time to build it up.
Life,
Yeah, take time.
money. It's all the
And
same.
also, if you bet it the day before, it's pretty likely to be maybe a push, maybe a pick 'em,
Sure.
using Daryl's strategy.
Strategy of the moving lines, the line
Rich will
movement.
tell you that you get good closing line value the closer you bet it toward the kickoff.
I don't know if that's.
You also got a
Rich ever
chance of
said
not
that,
getting
did
a
he?
hold of your bookie in if you can't near the phone.
Right. All right. How about this? These are my top picks. I got Debo, my boy, Debo Samuel, over 57.5 yards receiving. That's going to
Winner?
be the, that's probably a winner.
I might have considered all-purpose yards, Jimmy.
Okay. Well, you do it your way. I'll do it mine. You know, that's why these are my top picks. You had your chance. He's been,
You do it on your podcast, and I'll do it on
darn
my
right. I'll do it on mine.
podcast.
let's see. Yeah. I don't need to go too far into this one. We got Lamar Jackson over 215.5 passing. Last week against the Rams, dude, he passed for 316, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the Jags are 31st in pass D. So,
But wait a minute there. I thought that they didn't. I thought the whole argument for the first half of the year was where's his receivers?
yeah, you heard that.
They've all shown up.
They
haven't
seem
they?
to have shown up at just the right time too.
That's a great choice, JT.
Thanks. We got the JTs of the week. These are 10-3-1 now. 10-3-1. I did now. Daryl's not going to agree with this because I landed on the 14 here.
I don't like
Broncos
that.
Broncos
I
plus
don't
14.
like it.
49ers laying 2.5 and Cowboys getting 12. So through the 10 there. Hey, I like it. I like it. We'll see if that one comes up.
Could you tease with 10.5?
Not at Nugget. You can't. No.
Only if it's on a half point
Yes.
where I come from.
Now this is amateur hour type shit. I got the little
That's a
money line
winner.
parlay. I got the Bengals money line, the Falcons money line at plus 160.
I love that pick.
I kind of like that. I kind
a-
of liked it too. I don't think I've done one of these
Jam at home.
yet. So we'll just throw a couple.
Are they playing each other?
Oh, did I fuck that up?
I'm just
No,
kidding you, Jimmy.
I'm kidding.
You're good.
Plus
I'm just
160
teasing ya.
Bengals money line. Cooper Kupp to score an anytime touchdown at plus $1.25.
Yes.
You know he's had a great last couple outings after people were wondering about him. Stafford crushing it. Washington's trash.
He has a podcast with Matt Stafford. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Cooper Cup.
Does Pookie
Poopy.
does
Tutu?
Pookie show up? in
Poopy and
Tutu?
Poopy, and who's the third one?
Tutu.
Hoopy.
Yeah. And last but not least, this is strictly a stats play here. I got the second quarter
Is that
over.
a derivative market?
This would be a derivative market. Second quarter over 13.5 total points for the Niners and Cards game. Just average for the year. It's been a field goal north of that. So,
Jim, I am betting all your picks this week.
well, good.
Does
Hopefully
that
they work
mean-
out for you.
Does that mean just for the second quarter?
Just for the second quarter. Yep.
Interesting.
What if, man, what are you thinking there, Daryl?
13.5 is that means 2 touchdowns essentially.
But what are you thinking about if you can play? Can you play that
Trivia
1
question,
minute,
Jim?
1 minute before? 1 minute before the
I can see these
The
two
quarter is
working
up.
there.
You do it in a live betting situation, is things what you're talking about at the end.
Because
of
I
the
wouldn't
first
want to
quarter.
bet
Just,
that today.
just tell me what beer I'm bringing in, and I'll be back. Shout out Lauren. Shout out my daughter. Shout out
Shout
Daryl
out.
for that sweet green. he's got.
See you on the
Yeah.
road.
He's got
Shout
to
out
go.
Dale.
Here is
My boy Rich.
I'll
Good
give
to see you again, Dale.
I'll give the shout out or the which team was the only team to defeat the Oakland
Who
Raiders in
might roast
1976?
Who won?
Correct
Who won?
answer. Let's see. Richie, you had
Give me the
Steelers.
Steelers.
It's the Chargers, right?
D-Dub had the Stillers.
What?
Yeah. And Dale had the Stillers. The correct answer was the New England Patriots.
It's a three-way Rochambeau.
So I'm buying the goddamn beer again, aren't I? Yes.
What?
They lost in week 4.
I was thinking of the Immaculate Reception.
Franco Harris. Who defended Franco? Do you know that?
Jack Ham?
No.
Jack Lambert?
I don't know either.
Some other Jack?
The ground.
I knew it earlier because that was one of my potential questions, but I don't remember.
It's like the JFK footage I seen of
Blown away.
an
What else
angle
do
where
I
it hit
have
the
to say?
ground.
All right, Richie, you got to go, buddy. I know you got to go pick up your daughter. So you leave. Thanks for being here.
Thank
you,
you,
Rich.
guys.
We'll see you in a week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's good to have the
Thanks,
full
pal.
crew back here.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah.
I mean, your number. You're my favorite numbers
Sorry,
guy.
Anthony. I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
There you go.
All right. What do we have left? Trivia answer. We did that. Well, we got shout outs.
Wait, did you go through all your picks?
Yeah. I'm done.
JT,
Did you go through all Anthony's picks?
Oh, Anthony's picks. That's what I missed.
I don't think you went through all your picks.
he
did
wants
you?
over 5.5 on a Red Wings game.
I feel like you cut it short there, Jimmy.
Thought we were going to break down the half by
No,
half. now.
Lamar, Broncos.
See, Rich.
You're
See you,
taking you're taking the bourbon with you.
You're not going to leave that one here?
When I bring bourbon in, I leave it over here.
That might be the
Just
smoothest
saying.
bourbon I've ever had, and I've had a lot of them.
Oh, by the way, Realtor Lauren says, is, ha ha ha, poor Rich is watching the clock like crazy. Is his leg shaking the table? And yes, it is. That's why you see my camera bouncing up and down throughout the show. Yeah, that's true.
Somebody said, "Shake your moneymaker."
Apparently, he makes money with his legs.
Well,
Rich, maybe he has RLS.
He's a fan of the Black Crowes.
That
Do you know, was that actually their song, or was that maybe
No.
like the Hound Dog for Elvis?
I think they had-
a 40s song.
I think they had 10
blues,
songs
jazz.
on that album, and I think they had 10 covers.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Jealous. Was that on that one?
Jealous Again?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Twice as hard.
Tones.
That's definitely a cover.
Twice.
Definitely a cover.
I could sit here and sing Black Crow songs all day. Just three of them. That's the only one.
Not
Oh,
to be
Talks to
confused with the
Angels.
Counting
yeah.
Crows.
Talks to Angels.
Yeah. All right, here's Tones. Tones, my boy Tones. His top
Hard
picks.
to Handle.
Yeah.
Now there you go,
Yeah, it was
That's
a classic.
definitely a cover.
I don't think so.
Mr.
How
Jones.
much you want to bet?
I don't know.
Mr.
You already owe
Jones
me
and
a
me?
case of
I'll
Natty.
bet you a friendly dollar.
That's a cover.
Yeah, I think Hard to Handle's a cover.
It's a
I don't.
cover.
Oh, it is?
I
don't
think
think
it is. I have no proof behind that though, but I do
gotta be.
believe it is.
Okay, I'm going to say no, and I'll bet you a case of Natty, so we can. I'm either going to be up 2 cases of Natty.
And I tell you what, whoever you find out that sang it first, Daryl, it's probably going to be somebody called like Mama something from the 40s.
Maybe, or it could be somebody from the 70s, like the Electric.
ELO?
No, not ELO. Who was the one that Tesla covered with
Five-man
signs,
acoustical jam.
Yes, that's it.
Super Bowl signs?
That's it. 5-man acoustical jam.
Yeah, it'll be somebody like that you never heard
Did I
of.
ever tell you that I was in the front row for that concert at the bowling alley at Gratiot and 12 Mile?
Is that
The Ritz?
Planetarium?
Ritz?
Yeah, the Ritz.
The
I saw
Ritz.
John Entwistle there. I also saw Isham A. Smith, the Unholy, there.
Isham?
Yeah, I saw him at the Ritz.
Wow,
Yeah.
I've seen Isham at some place in Hamtramck.
that's cool.
Isham's dope.
He's like a devilish kind of
Yeah,
character.
yeah, he's different.
I didn't know anybody else ever heard of him.
Oh, I loved Isham when I was a kid.
JT.
Jim was a fan of Nodis.
He knows everybody.
Not as Isham. I actually saw ICP before they were clowns. That
They
was
For real.
It was,
They were
yeah.
something
Inner
before they
City
were clowns?
Posse, I believe.
Inner City Posse. Yeah, I saw them back in the day.
Well, then what did they become when they became clowns?
Insane Clown
St. Clown
Posse.
Inner
Yeah.
City Posse?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're thinking of wait,
Do
Dale,
they still have Fago and all that stuff?
Fago was definitely a thing with them, but they weren't dressed as clowns.
Dale, you grew up with Kid Rock though, didn't you?
I did not grow up with them, but I was at a few parties back in the when I was 17, 18, 19, 20 years old around Chesterfield Township where the guy was doing a lot of rapping.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite ready for the
Ready for primetime players?
state fair caliber yet.
He wasn't hanging with Cheryl Crow yet.
No.
No, if I remember right, he would show up at a lot of parties over there, the Lance Cruz kids parties. But he seemed to be a nice guy.
I've heard nothing but good things about him.
Nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Good things.
Nothing but good
God
things.
knows why.
Right. There's a line from one of his songs that said he started out in Mount Clemens as a DJ. Punk parties getting drunk on a Sunday.
At the well,
He doesn't say where, but
something about the wishing well or Winners getting pictures
Oh,
at
at
Winners,
15 and Harper, yeah.
which used to
Yeah.
be the wishing well, didn't it?
No, Wishing Well was on Gratiot. Now it's a Hooters.
Oh,
Had bocce ball in the front.
which a friend of the show used to work at. He was a manager there.
at
Friend
Hooters,
of Numbers guy?
we have a
Yeah, Mike Middlestat. Do you remember him? Dale might remember.
Oh yeah,
him.
of course I know him. I remember him.
he coach.
That's Brian. That's his brother.
That's his brother. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I know we're really entertaining the folks at home here. Can I give out Tone's top picks real quick?
Oh,
Real quick. We got.
There's no rush now that Rich is gone.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah, I
I want
thought we
to
had
give out. I
time.
want to give out Tone's top picks.
Can we move the camera so it's just me and Dale on here, not that open chair?
I need a what do you call it? The thing where it slides.
That would
Remote
be cool.
control?
A gaffer, I think they call that.
Yeah. Or is that a person? I think a gaffer's a person.
Shoot.
We actually need one of those too.
Grip?
Key grip.
You got to get a key grip, brother.
Grip it. It was
Grip it and rip it.
We got the Giants +6.
Imagine
Oh,
if
that's
John Daly
Giants
was
+6.
your gaffer.
That'd be a pretty cool gaffer. We got the Cowboys money line. I'm liking what Tones is laying down here. Chargers money line. I guess apparently Rich said that's not going to pan out tonight. He's got NHL hockey. I talked about this one earlier. Wings and then over 5.5.
let's check
+3.
that live while
Oh
we're
yeah,
talking
we should.
about
Here,
it.
yeah, I'll look it up here in a second. Bengals -3.5 and then under. So he's doing a same game parlay there. Taking the Bengals -3.5, under 40.5. Okay, +280, and then we have a extreme same game parlay. We got Lions -4.5 Gibbs over 44.5 rushing. Montgomery anytime TD. Laporta over 39.5 receiving. He must have tricked that down a little bit. Because I think the line's more like 50 something for Laporta, I thought. That's interesting. I could see that.
Nothing
Plus
sounds
500.
too unbelievable there, as long as the
No,
Lions
yeah.
win and by 4.5.
Anytime you anytime you put yourself in a same game position,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah, okay.
Seen guys do it all the time over the years where they have to do something on Monday night.
Got to do something.
So
Yeah.
now it's a triple dip, right?
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna take the over, I'm gonna take the under, and I'm gonna take and it's like, man, if you just bet some bets, maybe you could have come out ahead. But now all of a sudden you're playing games, and that's a dangerous move. And that they all sound like good bets, right?
Individually,
Just like Daryl
right.
said, it seems like he put something together earlier that seems like a lock, and you just never know.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's always one. We've said that on the show. You could
Which
have
one?
a 20-leg parlay or a 2-leg parlay. There's always one that loses, man.
Which one?
I don't know if you're familiar with earlier this year, but the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals.
No,
And
I didn't even hear about this. I can't believe that would have happened.
You were there, Jimmy.
Oh, I was there. Shit, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
That was the same day that the Ravens, I think they lost to the lowly Colts or the lowly
What?
Titans, one of the two.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a surprise too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a rough one.
You know what Snoop? When you hear Snoop, you know what that means.
That's
that's a
Snoop.
D-O
That
double
is
G.
Snoop. Yeah, it's a double G.
I didn't
Time
know.
for shout outs. D-Dub, you got a for anybody?
Nope. Nobody did anything this week to impress me much.
Nothing? You haven't been here in 2 weeks.
Nope.
You haven't seen anything that made you happy in 2 weeks. You want to? Okay.
Nothing.
All
Not
right.
in my house.
Dale, man.
I'd like to put some shout outs to nothing in my rough either. It's been kind of a rough week, except for my wife's been doing a great job of keeping everybody in line around there.
Hell yeah.
I picked out a fantastic Christmas tree because the kids couldn't agree on one.
You guys do a real one?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much did that set you back?
Oh, over 100 and under 200. But I
Okay.
also walked out of there with a handful of junk, such as fudge, maybe a 12-pack of some
Where'd
cider.
you go?
The Blakes, you familiar with their work? Blake's?
Blake's, yeah, they got cider.
Yeah, not very. As much they do everything very well, right? But gosh, the ciders are all too flavored,
I'm not a big
Too
fan
sweet.
of that either.
too sweet.
Yeah, I'm with you.
like the old days,
Blake's.
just too sweet, right?
Right. That's right.
Sweet.
All right. So shout out Blake's. No, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a
And
little
a
credit.
half a shout out to his old lady.
And I give one shout out to my littlest one because she had the reconciliation. Because,
Oh, yeah, good Catholic.
She had to go in there. Everybody went in there to first reconciliation for like about 2 minutes, but she was there for like 15.
Whoa.
So I don't
She had
know.
a lot to talk about.
I don't know what happened. I hope that when we get to the gates, St. Pete, I hope it's all going to be good. But I thank you for letting me come on board today, JT.
Thanks for coming out, man. We
You guys are
really
fantastic.
we really do appreciate
Big
it.
fan
It's
of the
always
show.
always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun. My shout outs this week. I got to start off with my oldest, Big D. Oh, go ahead. What's
Give
up?
out a lot of shout outs every week.
I do.
know
Well, I
it?
have a lot of people that I like to talk to.
This
Or
is sort of
thank
your
you.
way of
Thanks.
reconciliation, I think.
This is.
Surround yourself
I'm
with
sorry
good people.
for no. Dami, my boy, my big one, he's graduating. Well, he's going back to school, but he's getting his bachelor's this Friday. So he'll
Nice.
have a piece of paper from Oakland University. So I'm very proud of him. Going to give a shout out to my my youngest, my 10-year-old. He's turning 10 this weekend.
Not really an accomplishment per
Well,
se.
it's pretty cool.
But,
They said he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And he did.
They all said he couldn't
was
do
he
it.
got an irregular heart or something?
No, he's fine. I'm going to give a shout out to Double D, who's been participating in the chat, and the original JD, his wife, who we did a thing.
She's the original JD?
She would be the original JD. She was around before the other JD.
Who's that?
JD helps around the office, JD.
Okay.
And this JD was around before her. If we're getting technical here, it really doesn't matter. But
Confounding.
we went on it's called Drunks of Antiquity.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. And that was
Where
their
did you
idea.
go? Talk about it for 5 to 10
I
minutes.
can't tell you. I can't tell you the places that we went.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Did you do a church
How
tour?
much did you drink?
No churches. It's old bars in Detroit.
You can't remember.
3 places. I mean, I can tell you, but
Well,
I can't
tell
tell you.
us.
No, they don't want you to tell because they want to keep it a kind of a secret.
That's hogwash.
No, it's the right thing to do. I'm not going to ruin
They
this
tell
guy's.
you don't tell them where we're taking you.
You try to find out where you're going ahead of time. Can't find out.
Shut up.
You can't. But shout out to Drunks of Antiquity. That was fun. Definitely do
Shut
that
up.
given the chance. It's inexpensive. You go into 3 different places all over the city. It's fun.
It's a good bluegrass band.
Drunks of
Of antiquity.
Sounds like it. And then how about Mike and Lisa K? Mike and Lisa K. They came with us for that too. We had dinner.
Shut
They're
up.
always fun to hang around. Who? You don't know them. I have friends besides you. So Mike and Lisa K. He likes the podcast too. So, or the
Mike
live
and-
stream, not so much a podcast. Yes.
Not so much the podcast. Just
It's
the
not
live
really
stream.
a podcast. It's more of a live stream than it is a
He
podcast.
only listens to the live stream. If he doesn't catch it live,
He's a
not
big
tuning in.
podcast guy, and he gave me the name of a podcast. He said I have to listen to, and I didn't listen to it yet. But
Is
I'm
it
going
wait,
to.
wait, don't tell me?
Go ahead. What is it? What do you think it is?
Is it wait, wait, don't tell me?
Oh, that's the name of the podcast. That's pretty funny.
It's only like the #1 podcast on NPR.
What? I think I subscribe to NPR. Do I look like the kind of guy that listens to NPR?
Does it start with,
With those
like?
glasses, yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Does it start like where you hear some wheat being whipped with
Like a scythe?
with a scythe, like the Grim Reaper uses? It's like,
shit.
these children have been working since 7 a.m.
NPR's tough to
They'll
listen.
still be working at 9 p.m. They have nothing else to do. That sounds like an NPR show.
Sounds like an NPR.
It'd be some cool music, though. I'll tell you that much.
Well, check out the Bill Simmons podcast library.
Bill Simmons.
Is that the
Bill
Russell?
Simmons.
Is that guy from?
Boston?
You're thinking Russell Simmons?
Yeah.
Def Comedy?
Yeah.
Jan? I don't know if that's the same one. Or
No.
maybe it's his brother.
Bill Simmons is the stupid Boston guy, right? Sports?
I think it's a sports guy. Yeah.
He sucks.
Well, I'm going to take Mike K's word for it and give it a shot.
I'm gonna make you rescind that.
Shout out?
Yes.
Can you veto a shout out if you don't know the shoutee?
I want
I
to
don't
say.
think you can.
Do we rule on that?
We did rule that you can veto a shout out,
Where's my gavel?
but I think
Simmons. Man, I remember Simmons.
He's covered the NBA draft on ESPN before. He's a big Celtics guy, and he can't seem to hide his impartiality, his partiality.
I can appreciate that.
So you like,
At least you know where he stands, you know?
Paul Finbaum?
Is that the SEC guy?
That sounds familiar.
Handsome fella.
Looks like a lot like Dagwood Bumstead.
Literary giant, let Dagwood Bumstead.
Simmons.
Dagwood.
We'll listen to him after the show. We can put him on. I kind of want to see. Oh, we have to look up and see what the Wings did real quick, and then we'll sign off here. Hold on.
Tones. This is a big moment.
Let's see.
Big
Red
moment.
Wings.
Is that game over?
It's got to be getting. Probably was a 7.
Why don't we ever see any bets for hockey that are like, just bet the second period, 1 goal?
Yeah, I should probably
Right?
get into that.
Well,
You're right.
I'll tell you
You're
what,
right.
the only thing I've bet this year 2-3 times was the first 10 minutes, whether there'd be a goal scored or not. And it's always come through.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
There is certainly back in the day when I was involved with this kind of stuff many years ago, there was never, ever over-unders at 5.5 and 6. Over-unders would be,
lower?
3.5, 4,
league has changed
maybe
a
a
bit.
4.5.
Yep.
So it just blows me away that people are betting these games like this.
It's 6.5 is the standard nowadays. Can you
crazy.
believe that?
Yeah, that's wild.
That is crazy. Right now, the Canes are up 2-1. End of the second, so they got a period to catch up.
So they need 3 biscuits in the basket in the final period.
Yes.
Do you think it's that they don't play defense anymore, or do you think that that's just so offensive heavy that that number is always in the 5.5 to 6.5 range?
It's a great
I
question.
don't know. I don't know. I'm not a huge hockey.
Is the puck the same size? Is the basket the same size?
The puck is the same size, and it still sort of
The guys are much bigger that are firing it, though.
that
Yeah.
seems to be pretty true. Although the 1 year, the guy from Michigan State that played on the Boston Bruins, he was 5'6" or 7, and the defenseman on the Boston Bruins was 6'7" or 8. So they had the two extremes in the league.
balance each other out.
And shortest players, yeah.
That's
That interesting?
Interesting.
Yeah. That's something for you to learn there, Jimmy.
It's always a learning experience on this show. I have to
Google
say.
it up.
All right, folks. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
I would.
Okay.
What do you think this beer is named for? Fear Movie Lions. What does that mean?
3 words.
I don't get it.
Fear movie.
3 words.
I don't get that.
Has to do with the area where this brewery is located.
Richmond, Virginia.
Well,
I don't get it.
It gives
I still don't
it gives
get
a story here.
Tell me.
I can't read it without holding this in the light.
You're like Rich.
exactly
You guys
for
got to
the
get some better glasses.
global addressing
bifocals.
system. The previously.
How's the membership looking? Is it falling off here?
We have 1 viewer right now, so my mom's stuck around. How you
That's
doing,
pretty
Mom?
good.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I guess
out
I
to
would
her.
like to give a shout out
Wife
to
turned it off, though,
Miss
incidentally.
Tagle.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tagle.
Yeah, Mrs. T. Maybe. You tell me. Oh, it's on the side of the can. I can't. I have a hard
Can't
time here.
read.
They printed the fucking thing the same color as the can. Who would do that? If you're trying to, if you want to make it legible.
No, they did that on purpose, I think.
Oh, I can't read
I
that.
think they didn't print anything. I think they just simply put the cutouts there.
Yeah.
That one
Yeah.
just doesn't sit well with me.
You got it?
Fear Movie Lions. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hashtag.
Hashtag don't get it.
Fear
Hashtag don't get it.
Hashtag Fear Movie Lions.
So next Thursday, I'll be anxious to watch the show. It's going to be fantastic. You think you're going to
Should be
get
good.
the 100th person on board?
You know, we're not on pace for that, but you know, I'm gonna hit the pavement, pound the pavement
Yeah.
a little bit, see if I can't drum
Well-
up some interest.
With Rich and Anthony, that would be 5 of us. We'd only have to get 2.5 subscribers a person.
That's true.
And then we all get a piece of. Is this like an MLM
Now,
thing?
I know your wife's your wife's got a lot of cousins, Dale. Can't she get us like at least 2.5?
Yeah, well, not to pressure you, but
Well,
you're here for a reason.
Everybody has a price.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I
that
think we're probably
DiBiase?
still the $1 Million Man. I think we're probably still at 88. Okay, hold on.
$1 Million Man. Who was this bodyguard? Virgil? Or
Virgil.
Was that Mark Tucker?
No, that's right.
Which, incidentally, Dusty Rhodes, his real name was Virgil Runnels. Did you know that?
More knowledge.
That's something else for Jimmy to learn there.
This is
He was an
This is
executive
something.
producer on the old World Championship Wrestling.
88.
Well, I hear phones turning off all across the nation right
Yeah.
now.
All right, guys. I think it's time. I think we have to go. I think we have to move on. Let me play the outro here if I can find that here. Here it is. Okay, so we will see you guys next week. Next week. That's going to be 7 o'clock p.m. Thursday. We're going to be here. It's going to be fun. We'll do something fun. Maybe Dale will come back.
Hey, if you need somebody, I'm available.
Yeah.
I'm like, just hit the arm.
All right,
I'm
we'll tap you on the arm.
Get the golf. I'm take a golf cart. I'm not running.
I hit the wrong damn button there. All right, so we'll see you guys next Thursday. Woo! Ears are hot tonight.